Hello, everyone. Ghostface here. Welcome to the stream. I am absolutely thrilled to be doing this. Gosh, I put so much work into this. I'm so excited for this. This is a community list, top 25 horror movies. You all decided this. Everything that is on here was decided by everybody that put in lists. 53 lists. Thank you so much to everybody that joined in this. I plan to do this again, and hopefully we'll get more lists. But yeah, let's start bringing in the people. I got a stacked panel. This is going to be a reaction stream. We're going to go through this. Everyone is going to see this stuff for the first time, except for me. I already saw it. But everyone else, it'll be first time. And why don't we bring in my right-hand man / I'm his right-hand man, however you want to call it. But Bob, okay? we do a lot of streams together, Bob.
I got it in my contract that I refuse to do a stream without Tim from now on.
yeah. Like what you said, Tony to Ken, I'm to you, essentially.
Yep. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So go ahead, intro yourself, and everybody will be giving their top 5 predictions in the start of this too. So Bob will read off his top 5 predictions, and we're going to see how that shakes out later on.
Do you want me to start with my number 5 prediction or number 1?
Oh, you could do it whatever way. That's fine.
All right, cool. All right, so my name is Bob. You can find me on the big 3, YouTube, Instagram, and OnlyFans. Just joking about the OnlyFans. But yes, my number 5 would be a Nightmare on Elm Street prediction. Number 4, The Shining. 3, The Exorcist. 2, Scream, despite me wanting it to be number 1, and Halloween number 1.
Okay, that's a good prediction.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll hear a lot of people say similar stuff, but yeah, I'm really curious to see what you guys say and then what it actually is in comparison. But yeah. All right, next up, we will bring in, he was here nice and early. He was covering his eyes during the intro, but BinBuster.
It's so scary. Hey, guys.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I came dressed tonight, wearing my finest Halloween tuxedo t-shirt.
Oh, so. Nice.
Yeah. Doing great. So excited to be here tonight. My number 5, as you guys know, I'm the BinBuster. I have a YouTube channel. I just did a live stream yesterday, and I have some awesome stuff coming starting November, so look out for that. My number 5 is Red Eye.
Wow, for prediction?
Yeah.
Nice.
Number 4, the 58 version of the Blob. Number 3 is The Thing. Number 2 is the original Halloween. And number 1 is The Birds.
Okay. I like that prediction. Okay. All right. We shall see how it shakes out. Good luck on that. Not that there's anything on the line, but anyways.
Tim, I forgot to mention, too, I do appreciate you having me on and putting this together, man. I've been telling people this wasn't an easy thing to do. This, 53 lists had to be an incredible amount of work. So I appreciate it. And I want everybody in the chat to know this wasn't something easy. Like, Tim deserves a ton of credit for this. But I know you won't ask for it, so I want to say it for you.
I really appreciate it. I was telling Ben, I think I put in over 20 hours work into the whole thing. So, yeah, I appreciate it. I'm excited. This is going to be good. Next up is someone that I've actually wanted to stream for with a while, and he's wanted to stream with me, and now he's on my channel. This is pretty awesome. But Joe Martinez Joe.
How we doing? Glad to finally have me on. So I'm glad to be here.
You were the very first one.
Yeah.
Like I swear it wasn't even long after I posted the video. You're like, I'm in. And I was like, yes, that is so awesome.
It was probably under 10 minutes of that video dropping. I was already messaging you.
Yeah.
But I'm Joe Martinez, part of the Martinez Joe channel that I do with Marie. You can find me on YouTube and Instagram. But like I always say, worry about everybody else first. Don't worry about me as much. But my top 5 predictions is Nightmare on Elm Street as 5, Evil Dead as 4, The Exorcist is 3, Friday the 13th is 2, and then Halloween is 1.
Nice. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
I love your Evil Dead thinking. I like that. I like that
Yeah.
a lot. All right. Next up, we have someone that was on my channel before and actually was on my last stream because it's been like a month and a half since I did a stream or something like that. But Mark from Tales from the Shelf, which I've talked with for quite a while on Instagram. I'm happy to have him back on here. Welcome to the channel again, fellow
How's it
Buffy
going?
fan.
Yes, big time.
All right, so you could intro yourself and give the top 5 and talk about your upcoming video for your new channel.
Yeah, that should be coming out a little later tonight. It's in the final stages of being edited and whatnot, but look out for that later tonight. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's actually on Instagram. It's Tales from the Shelves. There was another guy who had a Tales from the Shelf. I found out that he had the name before me, so I changed it out of respect for him. But anyway, it'll be Tales from the Shelf on YouTube and Tales from the Shelves on Instagram. But yeah, like you said, Tim, been following you on there for a while, so I just wanted to echo what Bob said. Thanks a lot for putting this together, and thanks for having me on, man.
I'm grateful you all even want to be here, and I'm grateful to the 25 people that are in here watching. Oh, thank you so much to everyone.
And then, so just for my 5 predictions, I've got at number 5, I have The Thing. Number 4, Halloween 78. At number 3, I have Alien. And number 2, I have The Exorcist. And at number 1, I have Jaws.
Nice. Can't
Yeah.
go wrong with Jaws.
No, you can't.
All righty. Next up, we have Megamikethemovieman, which I will be on a live stream of his tomorrow night. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, Mega Mike the Myers man here today because it's October, so I changed my name just a little bit for these horror live streams. But thank you, Tim, once again for putting this together. This is going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, we got a couple live streams tomorrow on my channel, so you're definitely going to want to stop on by. They're both back to back. I have a post-game show for Black Adam. It's going to be spoiler-free, so everybody can join that. And then right after that, Tim's going to be on, Bob's going to be on, and a whole bunch of other panel members for our November Criterion sale pre-game show. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. But to get into my 5 predictions here, I just wanted to make safe bets on this one. So I'm going with all the classic slashers. So at number 5, Child's Play. At number 4, Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 3, Friday the 13th. Number 2, Scream. And number 1, obviously, all my Halloween gear, Halloween.
Nice. You can't go wrong with safe bets. You know what they say, cream rises to the top. They're classics for a reason. So good picks. Okay. Next up, how about we bring in Celeste, who has also been on my channel before and very happy on again. So go ahead and intro yourself and give those top 5.
Hey, Tim. Hey, everybody. I'm super stoked to be here. Spooky times are upon us. I'm here for some horror business. We're getting into it. I want to say thank you to Tim again. He invited me on my very first live stream, which was a nerve-wracking but also very pleasant experience thanks to his wonderful generosity and expertise. And this is a really fun idea. I'm excited to see everything as it happens, and I'll do a quick intro. My name is Celeste de la Cabra. I'm here on YouTube, Letterboxd, and pending OnlyFans. Just trying to feel out the market on that one before we move into something that gratuitous. I use they and she pronouns, and yeah, on my channel we like to do in-depth reviews of films, talk about physical media, among other various shenanigans. So my top 5 prediction is going to be 5 The Thing, 4 The Exorcist, 3 The Evil Dead, 2 Scream, 1 Halloween.
Nice. Again, I'm loving the Evil Dead love. Just saying it.
Look, I feel like there's an advantage because it's your channel. So that was kind of a, yeah.
Oh, I just shot a couple extra points over to Evil Dead.
Oh, fun fact, Tim. I actually interrupted my viewing of that new Scream Factory 4K of Army of Darkness to be here. So
oh, wow.
Made me think of you watching that one.
Such a good 4K. Oh, my God.
It is amazing.
It looks so good.
It's incredible.
I feel like I could just geek out on that. But we'll hop over and put on Dell on movies right now because he's ready right now. Look at that.
What's up? What's up? Let me get this hot thing off my face, though.
I saw it down there, and I'm like, oh, Dell's going to want to come on screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dell on movies. I'm here on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, Letterboxd. Big thing for me is Monday. I'm coming up. I'll have my video where I rank the Halloween franchise. I just finished up watching Halloween Ends a little earlier. So I'm going to get that video up for Monday. As for my 5 predictions for tonight, with The Thing at 5, Jaws at 4, The Exorcist 3, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and the original Halloween at 1.
Oh, noticing a lot of Halloween at 1 and 2. That's pretty.
I've got a good feeling about
Everyone loves Halloween.
Yeah,
I'm thinking with the masses of horror fans, they're gonna put Halloween at the top.
It's Mika's favorite horror film of all time. I know that.
Yes, it was
It's
on
my
her.
favorite.
Yep. That, Alien, and Aliens were her top 3.
Dell, you, me, and Sue share our favorite horror film of all time being Scream.
Scream, that's right.
Well, let's bring in Tony because Tony is waiting anxiously down there as the last person.
Hey there.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, thanks for letting me be a part of this. I know it was kind of last minute.
I'm thrilled to have you. When you sent me the message and said I'm free Saturday, it's like, yes, please. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So I can tell you what my 5 predictions are. Number 5, I would say Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 4, Amityville Horror. 3, Halloween. 2, The Shining. And number 1, Exorcist. That's what my predictions are.
Nice. I like that a lot. I only saw Exorcist for the first time like 2 years ago. That is a freaking fantastic movie. Yeah. I had a thing about not wanting to watch religious horror, really. And I've overcome that. But Exorcist is that's an incredible movie.
I still haven't seen it. I'm waiting on the 4K. So
it's
I remember I went to go see it in theaters when they re-released it, I think, for one of the anniversaries. Right around when Meet the Parents came out, I saw that in theaters when they put all the old scenes back in, and seeing that in theaters was crazy.
Oh, I would definitely go. Definitely. Let's make a quick run through the chat. We're not going to read everything right now because we have a big list to get through, but let's see who's here. I appreciate everyone that is. We got Marie here right away, supporting Joe and everybody. Thank you so much for being here, Marie. We got Movies and Sue here. 4K Tent Revival. Mika, she shared the story and was supporting this. Thank you so much, Mika. Got Holland Oates, who literally, it was a running joke that he would send me the list at the last minute. The email came at 11:59. I'm not even joking. 11:59.
That strikes me as intentional.
Yeah,
he scheduled that email.
Midnight Society. Oh man, the monkey, just a bunch of hocus pocus. We got Fish here. Gus! Oh man, I was on a stream with Gus, and that was awesome. We got Mama Blu-ray, Monkey again, Movies and Stew with Gus. Oh, Derek made it. Thank you so much. He has family commitments. I asked him to be on the stream, and he couldn't make it, but he's here in the comments at least right now, so that is awesome. 100, how you doing? Maria again. We got Bob's Blu-rays. We got Darvin. Hello, everyone. Magic Hands. What's up?
What's up,
got
Mike?
Chandler. Kal-El.
What's up, Cal?
Who else do we got? We got Culture Trini. How are you doing?
Trini.
Big supporter of everybody.
Yeah, he is.
Tim did upwards of 24 hours of I legitimately did. It was a lot of freaking work, I'll tell you. But yeah, I'm so pumped here. We got Frugal Collector. We've got Techo Tuesday. So yeah, thank you all for being here, and let's kick into this. I'm ready. We're gonna start this off with the honorable mentions. We're not gonna spend too much time on these. These are just the stuff that just didn't make the cut. Figured we'll show 31 total, so this will be 6 that just missed the cut. and it's going to plaster right across the screen that you could be surprised that It 1990 came in 31st place.
Wow.
100 points.
Wow.
I was actually shocked it came that high, to be honest, because it's a TV miniseries. I kind of didn't expect it to get the votes it did, but that was pretty cool.
A lot of love for it.
Yeah, did any of you guys expect it to even be that high? I really didn't.
I had it on my list pretty high.
It wasn't on my list, so
It's not on my list, but it doesn't surprise me. I know it has a lot of love, and it's a pretty iconic portrayal and character and everything like that. So
yeah, I didn't even know we could count that one because the TV special, being 2 nights on TV originally. So
yeah,
that's surprising.
Yeah, no,
that's true. There could have been some confusion as to the eligibility, and it might have been higher.
I tried to stress it, but there was no. If you thought it was horror and you wanted it to count, it counted. Essentially, I was okay with anything, and there was 400 different movies recommended. There was stuff that I personally wouldn't think is horror, other people did, and that's fine. It counted.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me I could have put my true number one Beverly Hills Chihuahua, and I just wasn't. I just didn't know. Shit.
I mean, that is horror in its own way.
That is a frightening movie. That is a frightening.
Yeah.
movie.
It's frightening how poorly received it was, despite how incredible it is.
It's frightening that anybody's watched it.
I own it.
I'd seen it.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I have a Chihuahua that lives across the street, so
I love them.
This next one, you're gonna see how much points really mattered. So I will actually show this real quick for anyone that didn't understand the points breakdown, that where you place something on a list mattered greatly. Like, it mattered a ton. So if someone placed something just a spot lower, it got one less point. And that's why something like Rosemary's Baby beat it by a point. One single point.
I'm kind of
That was pretty high on my list.
Didn't make the list, actually.
That wasn't even on my list.
It wasn't on mine either, but I thought it would make the.
I still have yet to see Rosemary's Baby because I know the Criterion one is out of print too.
Yeah.
They'll probably do it at some point.
I just watched the Criterion again a few days ago, and to me, it's still a perfect film. Like, everything about it really couldn't be better, and it's just a really powerful film. It was in my top 10, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I personally did expect the top 25, so it missing it was a shock, but you're going to see again how close the points really mattered, because Train to Busan had 102 points.
Wow.
Such a good movie.
Really good.
That was on my list, but real low.
It was
now, Tim, how many people did a video versus like sending you the list?
What did I get? 5, 6 videos, something like that. I basically got stuff across everything. I got videos, emails, responses on my videos in comments, responses on Huck's video. Huck's video actually got a bunch of lists, and I asked the people and used the lists off his video too. So yeah, it was.
Dell was smart. He gets you to watch his video too. When you make a video, you got to watch the video.
Yeah, I made the video.
That was my thinking.
I actually DM'd it to Tim so he wouldn't have to try to sit there and figure out what it was as he watched.
I had to do that with Mike's.
I made you do the video. I wasn't sending it any other way. Like, you gotta watch straight to the finish.
I'm sitting there with pen and paper writing it down as Mike's is going.
Hey, I gotta get the view time. No shame.
So the next one that just missed the cut, again, this is showing how much the points mattered. 103 points. Cabra.
So good. That was on my list.
Yeah, another one. That and Train to Busan were both on my list.
That wasn't on my list.
I mean, when you figure though, like 400 movies, even being up in 28th, 29th, 30th, like that's pretty high.
Yep.
The next one takes a little bit of a jump, 7 points above. Bob would be disappointed. It didn't make top 25, but Jeepers Creepers didn't make it.
No, I'm not surprised, but to be 27th, I mean, that's out of every horror film ever made, including Jaws. Yeah. So that's pretty high, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't hear too much about that one, so that's actually kind of surprising to me that it got so high.
It's a good one.
The next one kind of crushed my soul a little bit, but it's okay. But Evil Dead 2 did not make it.
Oh,
So close.
Yeah.
Just barely, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even want. Well, Tim knows because he saw my list, but hopefully I don't get booted. But none of the Evil Dead's made any of my lists.
Mine either.
Mine
I'm
either.
not. Yeah, I'm not.
Either.
Hey,
I'm a
Tim,
fan
I
of
got
them, but-
you. The first one's on mine.
Yeah,
The first one's good. Like, it's great. It's just that, in my opinion, there's 25 other better horror films.
Yeah, exactly.
totally
I-
fair,
I love
honestly.
them. I love them. Just quite that much.
Yeah, I get that. Even though they were my 1, 2, 3.
yeah.
So
I can see the soul draining from Tim's body as you all are speaking right now.
We still got
You started off with a
movies.
smile, and now it's like, okay.
And see, this is a good list too because you got 53 people. So if people are like, this isn't accurate or this blah 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 blah. It's like, well, you know what? There's 53 people that voted. This is a great way to determine what is truly the best horror film of all time, or in most people's opinions, at least 53.
Yeah.
People.
It's a good
Yeah.
barometer
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah.
Adrian, don't worry. I mean, as long as people are up for it, I definitely plan to do this again. And I'm thinking about doing a Christmas one. I
Ooh,
think a Christmas one.
Oh,
that would be
That'd
fun.
awesome.
And Christmas would hit. I think everybody loves Christmas to some extent. Christmas movies.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people I couldn't get lists from this because they weren't horror fans. So I might be able to get more lists from Christmas.
So let's set the parameter now. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
No.
absolutely. But
That's gonna be
And
number
Batman
one.
Returns is too.
I'm
No.
leaving it to everybody to decide what's a Christmas movie to them because that's kind of the fun of it. You watch the list shake out, and it's like, oh well, gee, a lot of people agreed that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so here it
If
is.
enough people say it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to debate.
You could do an all Hallmark Christmas list.
I was gonna say I have at least over 200 Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yeah,
I
that'd be a Joe exclusive there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just bought the 5 that came out last Tuesday today for all the new ones.
No Evil Dead, that's a shock. Yeah, Evil Dead 2 did hurt me a little bit. If Army of Darkness is not in your list, cancel. I'm canceling them now.
Guess I'm canceled.
Yeah, I'm canceled.
Yes,
Same.
do Christmas. Yeah, do
Yep.
Christmas.
I've already
Christmas.
been canceled.
Oh, yes. Derek told me, I was talking with him. He said it has to be a holiday list. So if anyone is sensitive to the word Christmas, you can call it a holiday community list.
Hey,
But,
there's
I'd
8
love to-
Crazy Nights in there. That's a Hanukkah movie, so.
I think.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if there even is 25 Christmas films that I love enough to put on a list. I'm gonna be honest. I'm too cynical for this sort of thing, I think.
There are some cynical Christmas movies out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
Yeah.
It'd
I
be
see
Black
that-
Christmas and then Rudolph.
Hey, you can put Krampus
I don't know.
on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Christmas horror movies definitely count.
It's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be the bulk of my list, I think.
So, you guys ready for the actual top 25, the ones we're actually here for?
Yes.
Yep.
Hell yeah, buddy.
This is going to be, it's not little pictures like I brought up before. I actually made individual videos for all of this.
Oh,
The
wow.
videos
wow.
range from
Oh,
30
okay.
seconds to a minute, but it'll give the breakdown and everything. And then when the video is done, well, you can react. Surprised, not surprised, but let's
Wait,
dive into
Tim.
25. Yes.
Tim, it's not going to get us yeeted again, right? Like,
No,
you
so
didn't put Nightmare
what
on
I-
Elm
what I
Street clips
did-
in here.
There is clips. What I did was I actually uploaded all of this stuff to YouTube first. So it
Wow.
did its whole copyright check.
Okay.
So I'm going with that. Plus, I zoomed in and morphed the video somewhat.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Put
I
in the
did-
work.
It's awesome.
I did
that
what
you
I
did
could, man. I did what I could.
Wow.
You shall see. Screw it. That's part of being not monetized. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. So let's
There you
jump
go.
in at number 25.
I am shocked.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, wow.
That might have been all me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
It was on my list.
I cannot stand that movie. I cannot stand that movie.
I like it, but I thought it was too polarizing to make it because I
It's
know
my
a lot
number
of people
3.
do hate it.
So
Wait,
here's the thing.
I have a Black Phillip tattoo. That's how much I love him.
Wow.
Well, I saw Lighthouse and then I refused to. Like, I haven't even given it a chance yet because I hated Lighthouse so much.
Oh no.
You need to try it. At least watch it once.
Did you see the Northman?
It's so good.
Yeah, I am not a fan of that film. I'm shocked that it even made the list.
So here's the thing with polarizing, though. When it was mentioned, while some people did not care for it to put it on their list, the people that did put it on their list put it pretty high.
Yeah.
So
I think it's that
They
type of
had
film.
to be pretty high to put it on that high on their list.
Hey,
So out of
straight
all,
edge,
so out of
still
all
on
of
there.
us who had it on their list, out of all of us who had it on the list, I did.
I
I didn't have it on mine.
Oh, shout out Tony.
Barely
Yeah.
didn't like
Number
mine.
16 on my list.
Number 3.
Dang, I didn't expect clips. Yeah, that's I've like
Tim went all out.
I went all. I spent a lot of fucking time on this, seriously. So
So you better appreciate it.
so glad to see the Witch on the list. Yeah, the people that love the Witch are definitely happy. Wow, Witch made it. Didn't expect it. Still haven't seen it. Guess I'll have to watch the list. Yeah, the community says it's number 25. It only got 8 votes and it managed to get 123 points. Eight people really love it, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
yeah, that's the case. That's the case with some of these. They made it just by people that really, really loved them.
That's
My,
okay, Mama Blu-ray. We could still be friends.
Not to spoil,
like
but
Lighthouse.
my love for Innkeepers did not make it. No matter how much I love Innkeepers, it didn't push it over. But
Thank goodness.
I just watched that again, Tim, recently.
it's so good. I love it so much.
I really dug it. I'm trying to see all of Ty West's filmography with X and Pearl and all them.
It's my personally my favorite. I like House of the Devil quite a bit, but it's my personal.
That's
favorite.
next on my watch list. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
well,
it.
It's good. It's really good.
I like X. I haven't seen Pearl yet, but House of the Devil and Innkeepers I couldn't stand.
I prefer
Okay.
X over Pearl.
Yeah, I loved and hated Pearl.
I thought
You're
Pearl was
hurting me
okay.
with Innkeepers,
I feel
though.
like Mike and I always agree. Seriously,
I was gonna say I like the X. I don't mind the Innkeepers. I didn't like House of the Devil.
I don't like House of the Devil either, and I feel like I'm in the minority when I say that. 'Cause
I'm
everybody loves
with
it.
you. Yeah.
But the whole cult thing at the end's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't mind cult movies as one of them that was high on my list that a lot of people do not like the movie. I don't mind cult movies, but for some reason, House of the Devil just, I don't know, it didn't speak to me when I watched it. And I watched it twice. I really gave it a shot.
I love how we got off topic and are talking about everything but The Witch now.
That's all good. Why
'Cause-
don't we jump into 24 though and see what 24 is? I thought that'd be higher. I really did.
So did I. Yeah.
It was almost one of my predictions.
So I gave that one the tiebreaker of 24th because I tied actually with Witch, but one more person voted for it. So I gave the tiebreaker to American
Makes
Werewolf.
sense.
But Yeah, I really thought that'd be higher. I seriously, when I did this all in an Excel spreadsheet and I sorted, I'm like, American Werewolf 24th. I'm expecting that like top 10 easy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Still the best transformation scene.
Yeah.
The werewolf
Incredible.
transformation.
Easy. Easy.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't put it on my list. That's
I was gonna say it's not on my list either.
Oh, I love it. It's just
Sorry,
like,
Nico.
you know what though? I'm sure I'll have realized I forgot some because when I sent
Now-
him the list, I realized I forgot to send him the list, and I was like, I got to start sending him this list, and I just kind of ran through it.
I'm really curious now how many of my list actually made it onto the top 25.
I will say you have something at least. I know of something.
Yeah,
So
I like a lot more obscure horror. So
I know
I'm always
I know Scream better be on this list, or I'm raging.
It definitely will be.
oh yeah.
how in the world did Witch crack but not Rosemary's Baby? You all decided that. That's the thing about this. This isn't one person's list. This is 53 people together decided that Witch beats Rosemary's Baby.
And the question
Insane.
is, did you vote?
Yeah. 24, I'll allow it, I
I
guess.
know Derek's a big
Yeah.
fan of that movie.
It made my number 10 for me.
Yeah, seriously, I thought it'd be higher. Best werewolf transformation? Absolutely.
Mm,
It'd probably make a top 50, but I don't think it made my top 25.
I've
yeah.
only seen it one time. I need to rewatch it.
So already I was pretty shocked by those two. I didn't expect Witch, and I thought American Werewolf would be higher. This next one is one that I personally hoped for. I really, really, really hoped for, so I'm happy it at least made it. Bob will not be happy right now. So, let's go with it.
Uh-oh.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock.
It's time for the big giveaway.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock.
It's time for the big giveaway.
That one.
So
That
happy
one,
that made the list.
How did
That
that
one,
make the list?
I
Are you
am
kidding me?
I am so shocked that that one is so low.
That's
Yeah,
it's
yeah. I'm with
I
Joe
don't
on
know,
that
like
one.
So
Because-
high.
It's high up on
if
my
it's a
list.
standalone film, it's fine, but as a Halloween movie, it's just like it's not Michael Myers. I mean, I know
No.
the whole John Carpenter thing, blah blah, but how does that make it over 25 other movies? Y'all are crazy.
I don't know.
Because it's something different in the genre of horror.
It's
Yeah.
different, but it's not
I-
good. Different.
Garbage.
It's different.
I love
But if
I
hear
love-
that
I don't
song again, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill myself.
I
can't
love
anymore.
I love that movie, and like I said, that was in my top 10.
Yes,
And-
yes. Yep, me too.
And I'll tell you right now, out of all the Halloween movies, that's always been my favorite.
Bob,
Yes.
we just found out how
Yes.
it made it, Bob.
I hate that fucking song. I'm already.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sick of it.
I was over here bopping back and forth to it while it was playing.
Yeah.
Bob was like this.
Stop it.
I was
I've
singing
never
along.
seen it, but if anybody had bets on how long it would take for somebody to threaten to kill themselves, I guess you can call it now. Bob already set that precedent.
When I was making that clip, I'm like, Bob would love if I put the song in there, and then I repeat
Dear
the song.
God.
Bob would be thrilled.
I heard that song. I watched it for the first time just the other night, and I wanted to just like my ears just couldn't take it.
Yeah,
I've never seen it, so I had no idea what was happening, and I was just like,
wow.
okay.
I watched it for the first time a couple weeks ago, and yeah, it was that song just drilled like somebody was trying to drill a hole in my head.
Thank you, Dell. Thank you.
Oh, Cal. Aw. Oh.
Horrible.
Thank you.
Horrible.
Cal.
Thank you,
Cal
Cal.
has no taste.
Thank you, Cal.
Cal has no taste.
That movie's so good.
Cal,
I
Cal
feel your
is, and I saw his other comment. Yeah, it's trash. It's not even really a good standalone movie, to be honest. I hate that movie all around.
It's funny that Cal says that that's trash, but is a huge fan of Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps, which kind of coincides with those groups there. So
genuinely speaking, though, how the hell did that make it over 25 other horror films of all time? Keep in mind, we're talking Evil Dead 2 that made it above. Like, and I'm not I don't love Evil Dead 2, but I definitely like it more than Halloween 3. How did that beat Evil Dead 2 and whatever else?
Because a lot of people know it's a great movie.
Oh my God, Joe.
It's so good. I agree. I kind of want to put it higher on my list now.
It sounded like 8 people knew it was a great movie. Just
Joe,
no, if you looked, it said it was consistently on everybody's list, just all over the place.
Good point. It was.
So
I feel like it's a good thing this is virtual, so there's no like fist fights that break out here. I'm sensing the rage.
Holland has a good idea with it's time for the big giveaway. I have a 5 digital
Dividal?
dividends that I'm going to give away in this. I didn't advertise them beforehand because I don't need people in here that are just here just for a digital code. I want people that are actually here for the stream. So how about, let's see, I got 5 here. Let's go with the brand new one for Nope. Whoever can grab that, it's yours. Pause, write it down quickly, but you can have that Nope digital copy. Just opened up the Steelbook today. Fresh digital copy for whoever the hell wants it.
It's very generous of you, Tim.
Thank you.
Yep.
I don't use them. So.
Especially a new one like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just picked up that movie today. I got to check it out this weekend.
Same. Nope. I got to watch it also. But I really like Get Out and Us, so hoping I like it.
Same.
I loved it. I thought it was a really good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
I've only seen the original Halloween. I should change that.
I would argue there's nothing wrong with having seen just the original Halloween. I think you could probably just stop. There's good sequels, but I think there's also something to be said for like that just being the only one that you've seen.
I kind of agree.
Same.
I could go
except for 3.
Well, yeah.
I could.
You got to see at least 1 and 3.
That's what I said. If I could just have 1 and 3, I don't personally need the rest of the franchise. 1 and 3 are fine.
I'm the same. Just because 3 is so different from the rest of the franchise. Yeah, as most people say, it could be a standalone film.
If it was just called Season of the Witch, no Halloween, people would have liked it more, I think.
Agreed.
Halloween 3 and Witch in top 25. I'm off to drink heavily now. Like I said, this was put together by everybody.
Look, apparently y'all are talking shit when your name's attached to it, but when it's anonymous and you don't know who's voting, it's getting higher up. I'm just saying. Someone
really
voted for this.
I'm really curious with the panel at the end what everybody's lists actually were.
That could be fun. Let me read them out.
If we can, quick, I'm just curious because of what everybody's saying. I'm really because I didn't see everybody's comments. I'm really curious what everybody in the panel actually had for their top 25.
Thanks, Hunter.
Yeah, Bob has really bad taste.
It's funny, only 8 people put it on their list.
I paid Tim $12 to put Season of the Witch on there.
Why $12? That's such a weird.
Hi, Tony.
Restaurant title.
Tim's just gonna run that music in the background throughout the whole stream now.
Do it.
Yeah, Bob would love if I just played that exact video again. So we are on 22. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
All right.
My brother's my best S.
Where's he?
In bed, sick.
I bet I could cheer him up. I'll give him a balloon.
I'm not supposed to take stuff from strangers.
Well, I'm Pennywise and Sinclair.
I expected that one.
Yeah,
actually.
that makes more sense.
When you
That's
said
No, that's just
Minecraft, man.
that's just part one. Yes.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
part one.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil. Well, I guess it's spoiled, but it part two did not get very much. It
Hmm.
Good.
It
Yeah,
got
that
like
movie's not great in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not
in my
good.
opinion, the first one is very good, and the second one blows ass. But that's
The
just
second one's way too long.
It is.
Yeah,
cheesy as shit.
it's way too long.
I
I
think
think
some of
the
these horror
excitement, the
movies.
excitement of the first one was really good. You know, seeing Pennywise, but the second one definitely fell flat.
Some of these
Yeah.
horror movies trying to do too much with the runtime, like 2.5 hours, 2 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
I totally agree.
The
Yeah.
most recent Terrifier, even it's as fun as it is. It's like it doesn't need to be 2.5 hours either.
Chapter 2.
Brevity
actually,
is the soul of wit.
the second part of the book is actually the thicker part of the book. Anyways, in the book,
The book doesn't it like alternate, like you're going back and forth
Yeah.
through the timelines? So
Mhm.
okay.
It does, yeah.
But it being Stephen King, I'm sure that I'm
It's
saying
also
if
30,000
somebody
pages
has read it,
long.
Yeah, there's something
Yeah.
you can get rid of. I'm sure.
Yeah, you could still thin it down, especially you know. There's plenty of books that are really long that the movies are not as long as the books.
Yeah,
It is really. It is. You're not kidding. It's big. I have not read this, but
That's what she said.
It took me like a year to read it straight up.
I'd say
yeah,
that's
I'll get to it one day.
Yeah, I'd even have that on my list.
It 2017, a good one. Yeah, like I said, I think maybe 2 people voted for the part 2.
And that I was one of them, and it made my top 10.
Part 2.
Yes,
Oh, boy.
and I actually put it over part 1.
Oh my god.
All right, see, that's the thing. Film it like there's 9 people in here, and how many, 30 something people in the chat, I believe. I mean, film is subjective. We're not all going to agree.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but some
That-
people fail to realize that. I feel like.
Like I said, that's why I'm really curious what everybody's lists really were, because everybody has different horror tastes and different things that they like or different things that they even look for in movies. So that's why I was like really curious how diverse everybody was, of how they picked their titles, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad. Like, I enjoy it. Pennywise just does nothing for me. I don't think he's the least bit scary, personally. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and part of the reason why I think part 2 was so bad was because, or not for me anyway, like that time period between when the first one and the second part came out, he was like everywhere in pop culture. Like, just you just couldn't get away from him, and I think that overexposure really made him less scary. It's like I've been seeing this guy everywhere. Like, he's not like that first one. It was more effective because it was the first time, and then you just kind of something was lost by the time the second one came out.
I really think it was that runtime. It's just
It was to me it was the runtime, because there was parts of that movie that I was just waiting for that thing to end.
Yeah,
It kept hitting the same beats over and over again. It's like scare, the guys are looking for their totems or whatever, scare, and then it's just like so monotonous. That middle chapter, the middle chunk of that movie was so tedious to me, but that's just me.
Well, I expected it to make it though, so.
But the first one is good, yeah, I will say.
Yeah.
All right, 21. This is probably going to be one of the longest clips, but it's a personal favorite to me, so that's why. Here we go. I was so happy. I was so happy that made it.
Not high enough though.
I don't know if that was on my
Should've been
list.
higher.
I can't
glad it's
remember
on
if
there,
I had
but it
that
could
on
be
my
higher.
list, but I love
Yeah.
Kristen.
It's
Excellent.
a good movie. It's a good
Yeah.
movie.
My favorite.
Same.
crossover.
That didn't make my list, but I know, like Marie, that's one of her top 5 horror films. She loves Christine.
Yeah,
It's so rewatchable for me.
Yeah.
Didn't make my list, but it is a good movie though. There is one other killer car movie I almost put on my list though, and that's The Car.
I just watched that for the first time only like
Yeah,
2 weeks
that's a really
ago.
good movie.
Yeah. It's so over the top, but in a fun way. Like the car
Oh, yeah.
flips sideways to take out 2 cops and then
Yep.
lands and drives
Yep.
away.
Yeah.
There's
The
also
car 2 is horrible, but the original one is really good.
I
never
didn't
saw
even
The
know
Car
there was
2.
a sequel to it.
There is a sequel. Do not watch it. Don't save that part of your life. It is god awful.
I watched some pretty awful movies though, Joe.
So I'm sure you guys already know, but for that whole, I love that scene with the car fixing itself.
Yeah.
That's the car wrecked in the footage being reversed.
Yeah.
I don't know who knew that, but God, I fucking love that movie. I love it so much. So,
Practical filmmaking. They don't do that anymore.
No.
Need to. They need to.
I will say, I think that's the only John Carpenter film that is not in Scream Factory's catalog, and I think because it's owned by Sony, and we need a 4K of that.
It's got a 4K.
it has a
Does
4K.
it have a 4K?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got a steelbook
I
and a
have
stick
it. I just
cover.
haven't watched
okay.
it yet.
It looks
I have
good.
it as well.
Mine then, but I do want it to be
Same here.
released by Scream Factory because I think that would be awesome. You could do some really cool
HDR
artwork.
on Christine. It looks so good. So,
Okay,
It does.
I didn't know that was a thing. I
Steelbook
need to go
looks
get. I
like-
need. Oh, that's a 4K. I just thought that was a Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's the 4. They have a Blu-ray of that too.
Awesome. I need
Yeah.
to get on that. I've been slacking.
Cal is not happy with this list so far.
No.
Yeah, it's hard to.
He
believe.
said the car 2 is fun. That might have been on his top 25.
Yeah, that was his number 1.
There's a lot. That's my best friend right there. Christine is a fantastic movie. Anyone that's record fans should follow his Instagram page.
I follow him.
Yeah, he's hardcore into the records. I love records. He's hardcore.
Tim, you're
into
telling me I'm not your best friend?
them. my in-person best friend.
I was only joking.
Awesome. That's a long ass clip, Tim. But yes, what can I say? I'm the one making the thing. I love that movie, so it gets a minute clip. Screw it. Cartoon fun. Joe dissing me. So before we hit 20, what's your thoughts so far? Solid list?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, outside of one.
Nothing too shocking for me so far.
The only one that was shocking to me was The Witch.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Wait, the
Season
witch.
Besides-
of the Witch was the
Or
shock.
Besides-
Season of the witch.
Yeah.
That's technically the only one I haven't seen.
The Witch is the only one that surprised me. Every other one I could see why people would put it on the list.
So this next one actually did surprise me, but maybe it's just because I needed to rewatch this movie. But I know there's big fans of it, so that's why it made number 20. So here we go.
That I'm shocked about.
I was
I'm
to me-
still
surprised.
very
To me, Train to Busan is such a better movie,
Yeah.
zombie movie, than 28 Days Later. That should be
I agree with
completely
you,
flipped.
but that one is a
complete-
lot more famous and popular, so it doesn't really surprise me. But I do
Yeah.
agree with you that Train to Busan is superior.
I'm the same. Train to Busan is better, but yes, this one is a lot more
28
popular.
Days Later is a great movie, though.
It's a great movie.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't disagree on that, but I just think Train to Busan is a lot better movie than 28 Days.
I actually prefer the sequel, 28 Weeks Later.
The sequel is
I don't know
really
about
good
that
as
one.
well.
I still haven't seen it.
It's got one of my favorite scores by John Murphy as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, so 28 Days Later surprised the hell out of me, and I'm thinking maybe I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it, I think, since it came out.
Yeah.
It's
I haven't
darker
seen
than
the
I
first
think
sequel.
I was expecting.
I didn't even know what the hell clip to grab for that, too, because I don't remember it so much. I just remember him wandering London, so I'm like, there we go. That seems like a clip. So, yeah, that one shocked me. I think that's one of the most shocking to me on the list.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
what Tech Tuesday thinks, because
And they shot that with a like a different kind of camera because it feels
With a
very-
flip phone.
Yeah.
It wasn't a flip phone.
It might as well be. It looks so bad.
But his idea was he wanted to use that specific kind of camera to give it that like very uncomfortable face. Yeah, that's 28 Days.
That
Derek.
comment's for you.
Weirdest trilogy of all time.
If you actually watch them, it all makes sense.
Sleepaway Camp, where are you? I guess Cal really wants Sleepaway Camp to come up.
I would be shocked if that made this list.
See that comment by
I'd be shocked if it doesn't.
Darren, I believe. That like I was thinking the same thing, but it's the way it's shot. That movie's never supposed to look excellent.
Same thing with Cloverfield. Cloverfield has a 4K.
And even Dog Soldiers doesn't look the greatest on 4K because of the way it's shot.
Yeah. Dog Soldiers looks horrible.
Yeah,
I
it
thought it
doesn't
looked pretty good.
It just doesn't look the greatest in my opinion, but it's not supposed to.
30 Days a Night better make the list. So yeah, that was my personal biggest shock.
I'm still mad that I forgot to put 30 Days a Night on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim, if I thought that Rotten Tomatoes stream would piss everyone off, this is pissing people off now, Tim.
People are
It's so funny though because it's
mad.
It's done by everybody, so like there's no one to be mad at.
Yeah, you can't get mad at any one person like the Rotten Tomatoes one. Like at least there's a scapegoat there. Here it's just like the sins are on ourselves.
Yeah, we
only have ourselves to blame.
The people complaining are the ones that didn't vote.
I agree.
All right, so
But
number
maybe
19.
not. I don't know.
I legitimately don't remember what number 19 is. Because they're in StreamYard, I don't have with the pictures, I don't see it all. So this one's gonna be a surprise to me because I don't remember it offhand. So let's see.
That's the difference. They attack, they feed only warm flesh. Intelligence, seemingly little or no reasoning power, but basic skills remain, a more remembered behaviors from
Not a shock.
No.
I just rewatched that like 2 nights ago. It's funny because for 31 Days of Halloween, I've been watching all these movies that have been listed.
Yeah, a lot of these are fresh in my mind, actually.
Yeah, that's not on my list, but I could see why it is where it's at.
I actually prefer hot take again, maybe, but I prefer the remake of Dawn.
I was gonna say the same thing. On that movie, I actually prefer the remake over the original.
I like the remake more than I was expecting to, but I think the color saturation on it is really hideous. That was my biggest concern with it.
And me, I'm really critical about remakes. Usually, I never watch them, but that's one that I actually enjoyed.
Did any of us in here vote for Dawn of the Dead 78?
I have a different of the Dead movie in my top 25.
I might have even voted for the remake, to be honest. I think I might have. I don't know. I love the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
I don't have it anywhere on my. No, I don't have it on my list.
I want to meet these 53 millennials that voted this list.
I don't know how many millennials.
Hey, it's
voted
me.
for Rosemary's Baby, but I mean,
I think they might be mistaking millennials and Gen Z.
Well, yeah, millennials are like 40 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a millennial. So.
Everybody.
Okay, I'm
millennials with
25.
Gen
It's
Z.
never been clear to me which I'm supposed to be, so I just kind of I'll be
Gen
both.
Z.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Gen Z.
All right, that's cool. Cool with that.
I'm Gen X, so we're covering a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, I'm X with Joe over there.
How is this not higher? So I will tell. I said this already, but with franchise movies, it kind of split the vote. You know,
Yeah, that
some
makes
people
sense.
that only wanted one and they picked a different one. So yeah, franchises kind of split the vote. That's probably why this is a little bit lower. Yeah, I fully expected it to be on the top 25. At least it's there. Dawn is my number 1. Dawn of the Dead. Yep.
Number 1.
Only 9 lists too. Yeah, that's the thing with some of these. It's a few. It's not that many lists, but the people
I've
that
been
put it
seeing
on.
a lot of 9 in there.
And I agree. I prefer the remake also.
I think it might be Zack Snyder's best movie, in my opinion.
I agree.
I don't know if that's a hot take.
No, I think that's accurate.
Cal
I
is
would
on
say
to you,
same.
Tim.
We've been lied to. Tim made this stuff.
Yeah, Cal is on to you.
If
So
the
that's
Tim
top,
made it to get everybody fired up.
I would say if the top 3 was Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, that'd be right. But I would have had Evil Dead 2 at least make it.
I want to know what Kel and like Techo Tuesday and Darvin and other people that are like not happy with the list so far, what they're like, 25, 24 and so on and so forth are.
I agree with you, Bob. I'm a little bit like, I mean, these aren't like super crazy picks. I'm like,
No,
I guess you can be mad at it, but
aside from
I don't know.
28 days, nothing really has like shocked me. So.
How are we
Yeah.
not surprised by Season of the Witch?
Yeah, that's the one that shocked me. Yeah.
It's
No.
a great movie.
Anything
People
Halloween
love
wouldn't
Season
surprise
of the
me, to
Witch.
be honest.
I mean, it's
A
Y'all go
lot
nuts
of
for that.
people loved that movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only one that surprised me was 28 Days and The Witch.
I'm waiting for 10 years from now people to love Halloween Ends.
Oh Jesus!
No.
Let's not go down
No.
that.
I think it'll happen.
I got a
Agree
theory
with you.
behind that. That
Nostalgia is a
might
powerful thing.
happen.
Yeah, it's going to become a cult classic like Halloween
It's
3.
another one that's just different from the rest.
Yeah.
It's possible.
That's how people
I
are.
agree, Derek.
Give it 15 years and then there's a cult following.
I agree with most of the lists so far. Says Darvin. So, Cal is on an island of his own.
I agree with that.
Season of the Witch makes me question everything. Man, you are really you're gung ho against Season of the Witch.
Cal is on it.
Like, I know everybody loves Season of the Witch, but I don't think it's,
Now everyone loves Season of the Witch.
Yeah, but 15 years ago.
I've always been I was always a fan of it since it first came out.
Same here.
Give it 15 years, Joe. You'll love Halloween Ends.
No.
You know what's funny? So I saw Huck posted he posted that he just watched Season of the Witch, and he posted what he didn't like about it. He didn't care for the movie at all, and he lists all this stuff he didn't like. And then when I responded, he said, "Well, what caught you? What did you like?" It was basically exactly what you didn't like, Huck. All of this stuff, the robots, the plot to kill the children, all of that crazy shit. I loved it all. It's such a wacky movie.
It is.
Did anyone put Halloween Ends in their list?
Never. I'm not a fan of the last 3 Halloween movies.
BinBuster, did you?
No.
No, I did not put Halloween. No, nobody voted it. I will say I was shocked. It didn't make it. I mean, no one would expect it to make it because it's brand new, but there was a decent amount of votes for Barbarian. Like
Nice.
6 votes for Barbarian. They were all like super low votes.
Tim
There
took
was no
those
votes.
votes right out.
I have trouble.
Because Tim hated it.
Hey,
I
I just
did.
did a review of Barbarian that I want to shout out because I'm really proud of it. So if y'all like Barbarian, or if you don't, I guess you should check it out.
I will probably like your review more than I like the fucking movie. I hate it.
Well, I appreciate that.
I usually play a
I haven't seen
barbarian
it
in D&D, so that's all I gotta say about that.
Mark,
Let's
did
hop
you like
into,
Barbarian?
I loved Barbarian. I thought it's my favorite horror movie.
I think it's great.
I love Barbarian. You didn't
I
think
know
it was
you're-
good, Celeste?
No, I loved it. I
Okay.
gave it a lot of praise in my review.
Yeah, it's
I
different.
hated the characters. They were so stupid.
But
Oh.
everybody complains that
Mm.
we need more originality in horror movies, and Barbarian gives us exactly
It,
that.
it
It's,
delivered big time.
it's
Yeah.
super original.
More
It's
Biggest
different.
surprise of the
originality,
year
huh?
for me.
Should I bring up Season of the Witch?
All right, let's hop into 18, which again I don't remember based off this little picture. So I'll see you too.
Okay.
Shocker
I'm
and
shocked
Mel-
it's that low.
Hellraiser. I'm
Yeah.
looking at my list and it's not on it, but I just rewatched it and it fucking would be if I did the list today. Hellraiser is fucking incredible. It is like sexy and disgusting at the same time, which is like a balance that I don't think any other film I've seen has struck. So I'm super into it.
That was number 3 on my list. I saw that movie in theaters when I was
It's
way
so
too young
good.
to see it in theaters, and it scared the hell out of me. And to this day, I still love that movie. We just watched it last week.
Look, your number 3 is part of the reason it's there because 5 votes to 20 or more. That's what put it up there.
I love that film.
Doesn't he say Jesus wept? Is that what he says?
I
when he's
kind of
getting
want a tattoo of that.
Mhm.
To
Frank
be
says
honest.
Pulled
that, yeah,
apart.
right at the end.
Yeah,
Maybe the Munsters will make the list.
yeah.
We should do a live stream where everyone just watches Manos.
Hey,
So it's dog shit. If I see Blair Witch make this top 25, we all deserve a do-over.
Did anybody like the remake of Hellraiser?
Oh yeah, I like the
I
remake.
haven't seen it yet, so please don't.
Haven't
spoil
seen
but
it.
I'm planning on doing a review of it when I do see it.
It was better than a lot of the sequels.
I enjoyed
I'll
it.
say that.
It's worth
I
it.
liked it.
You got love for
Hellraiser in
Celeste.
general is not like necessarily my favorite, but I thought it was actually pretty good.
I watched the first two for the first time like earlier this month in preparation for the new one, and I didn't love them, but I liked them a fair amount. Yeah, I liked them a lot.
I'm a big fan of, even though the later movies are kind of crappy. I'm a fan of all the Hellraiser films.
Hellraiser number 6 on the Hunter. You're part of the reason it's up there. Also, that's the people that love these movies are the ones that got them up there.
Yeah, this one's not too shocking. I actually wouldn't have been surprised to see it higher.
I can agree with that.
I thought it would have been higher on.
I thought it would be.
I know people love it, so
I want to know how many Hellraiser fans are secretly in BDSM.
it's probably not a secret.
It's not a secret.
No, not a secret.
No tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering. So remake sucked. I didn't see it. Leather and Demons makes top 20. So
Yes,
a lot
Yeah.
of Hellraiser love so far. So that's
Look,
good.
it brings out all the kinky freaks that are into that shit. You know, it's good stuff.
Having pins in you and being pulled apart.
Leather and chains like out the ass, like yeah. There's no shortage of that in Hellraiser.
I really wish I did a better job with whatever the thumbnail is. I can't tell 17, so I'm like surprising myself here.
You're on the ride with us, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Here we go.
I like that, Mr. Damage.
Just call me Joe. Good at it.
Just a minute.
That goes for you too, Ed. I expect we have a lot of the same interests. Horror movies, cult. Something wrong?
Did Mel Garrett and Justin vote that in their top 3?
I am shocked that that movie is that high.
Oh,
No,
It's good, but I didn't think it'd be that high though.
Lots of nostalgia.
I was gonna say I have it 18 on my list. Another movie I saw in theaters, and I love that film.
I love it too. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it's probably nostalgic to me just because I saw it in theaters, but I really love that film.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters too. I do love it. It just missed my list, but I've expected it to be on there.
We need Tony's thoughts on Fight Night.
He was quiet during the Hellraiser stuff about the chains and whips and all that.
Yeah, so far only one off of my list has been in any of these films.
Wow. I hope it wasn't Halloween 3, was it, Tony?
No, it was The Witch. But I do
Oh,
love Fright Night. It's the same thing as Joe. It's nostalgic for me.
I actually have signed by Chris Sarandon and the girl who Amanda Bierce who plays Amy. I love
cool.
Fright Night.
A lot of these movies, I mean, especially like Fright Night, you know, just nostalgia there. You know, if you've seen it in the 70s or 80s, you know, versus seeing it now for the first time, you might not feel the same way because it's littered with like 80s just nostalgia and quotes.
Huge Roddy McDowell fan.
There's something to that, but I'm only 28 and I fucking love it. So I mean, I don't know what that says about
Did
me.
anybody like the remake?
I saw it a long time ago.
I personally love the remake.
Maybe
I
some
love
nostalgia there.
but like I'm not.
I was gonna say I like the remake. I don't like the remake of Part 2.
I didn't care for that one, but the first one with the Colin Farrell and
yeah.
Oh, I hate that remake.
It was pretty good.
I don't mind it.
I am not a fan.
I actually like the remake. I love Anton Yelchin and Imogen Poots though.
That's the thing. It's got a great cast, but I just think it hasn't aged very well. It's like the music and some of the like the dialogue is sort of dated. It reminds me very much of 2011 when it came out. I think it's 2011.
Well, I haven't seen it since 2011, so I couldn't speak to that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say same.
I thought it was pretty
I haven't seen it since it first came out, so if I watched it now, maybe I would have different thoughts on it. But when I saw it,
people say films get dated and stuff, and like if I enjoyed it then, I'm probably still gonna enjoy it today.
I've watched it probably about 5 times, and I at least watched it like last year, the year before. The CGI is shit, but other than that, I love that movie.
Yeah, I just rewatched and I always have fun with it. But like I said, Anton Yelchin and Imogen Poots were one of like I miss him a lot because he was a great actor.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, dude, for real.
What could be part of it too, though. I saw the remake before I saw the original, so when I watched the original, I carry no nostalgia into it, and I'm like, I like the remake more. But
that could be a reason why you like it so much.
Yeah,
you didn't have that any bias or anything.
A lot of these remakes that I've seen before I saw the original because I was never introduced to it. So I love the remakes, but I didn't see the original first.
That's valid.
The love scene where the one girl gets eaten by a piano. The remake is fun. House is nuts. Fright Night remake, one of the yes, fans of something.
Yeah, I agree.
And, I feel about this remake the way Bob does about Season of the Witch. I just don't. I think it's. There is bias because Fright Night was my number 5. Like I really love Fright Night. So.
Yeah, so you love the original, but see that's the thing. I don't get mad when somebody else hates a movie that I enjoy.
No, I don't either. I'm just.
But so many people do freak out though. Like they get so upset.
Enough time on social media has helped me to move past that. There's just no sense in arguing with people online.
We all like different things. That's why these lists are great.
I mean, one of my friends once said, Joe, I feel like I keep cutting you off. I apologize. But one of my
talk a lot.
Yeah, one of my friends once said, he's like, what fun would it be if we all enjoyed the same movies? It wouldn't be. There would be no conversation.
It wouldn't at all.
That's right.
The conversation is what makes it fun.
Yep.
And sometimes I hate a movie and I speak to somebody and I'm like, I didn't catch that, or maybe I didn't understand it and they could help me. And then so the second time I watch it, I'm looking for it in a different light or something like that.
Yeah, don't worry. You and Mike make sure to tell me how much you hate Dunkirk. So
that's true. That's true.
Mike more than me. He said it would be one of his least favorite films of all time.
Yeah, what did I say? It was like Rise of Skywalker, Halloween Ends, Watching Paint Dry, and then Dunkirk.
Oh my goodness.
I really don't like Dunkirk.
Brutal.
I would say it's at the bottom tier of Nolan films, but
Oh man.
If you inverted that and the bottom was the top, then I'd agree. It's
Mike,
my
do you
favorite
like La La
film.
Land?
Yeah, I like
Oh
Dunkirk.
yeah, I'm happy with La La Land.
See, me and Sue physically and verbally attacked Tim on that stream because we went back to back with La La Land and Dunkirk, which are both in Tim's top 10.
Top five.
I was gonna say I love La La Land. I think that's a great film.
So is that your top three here? We got Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, La La Land, Dunkirk.
No, actually, the Evil Deads come after. They're the second part of the top 10. Actually,
Jurassic Park is number one. Yes.
Jurassic Park, Ghostbusters, and Die Hard are my top three.
Nobody voted Jurassic Park in the top 5 predictions.
I think that one's debatable whether it's horror or not.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't consider it horror.
But you said people voted Godzilla.
Yeah. Well, there's
Well,
there's
but,
one.
I mean, that's more understandable though.
Yeah, that's more creature feature.
Yeah. Well.
Oh,
they're
my
both-
chair.
You broke your chair.
Creatures can be hard though.
Yeah, I think I need a new chair. Let's hop into 16 and see what it is because I have no idea what it is. Yeah.
Wow.
So here's the thing: if for this seems super low, right? Like super
Yeah.
low.
I'm not shocked.
The vote
Because
got
of all the
so
franchise.
much.
Yeah.
Yes, there was so many.
That's
votes
exactly-
for
Yeah.
2, 3,
Probably for
4,
four.
and 6.
Yeah.
I almost put it in my prediction, then I'm like, you know what? Especially with Friday the 13th, people have very wildly different opinions about which one they like. So I
Yeah.
felt like
Yeah,
Halloween
I'm
was a more
surprised to see
consistent
this
pick.
one in particular.
I have a friend that says this is the first real slasher ever made. Because some people don't consider Halloween a slasher or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So
It was mentioned on the stream by Ken in the chat, but I told Ken, Bay of Blood by Mario Bava to me is the first slasher, and a lot of the kills in that movie were stolen for Friday the 13th, the original film.
Ken messaged me and said that Friday the 13th has some explaining to do after he watched Bay of Blood.
Yeah, a lot of the kills from Bay of Blood are the identical kills in Friday the 13th.
That's
Yeah,
I
would
actually
I would
own
say-
Bay of Blood, but haven't watched it yet. So I guess I gotta check it out.
Yeah,
I would
it's
say
a fantastic film.
Psycho or Peeping Tom is the first slasher ever made. In my opinion.
Yes, correct movies of Fried.
Yeah, I don't know if anything predates Psycho. I
Thank
think
you,
might be
Sue.
right.
But to be honest though, I think Peeping Tom is
I agree.
much more slasher than Psycho.
I agree. Peeping Tom would be my pick, but
Yeah,
I'm a big
that's
fan
what
of Mario
that's what
Bava. I just
Ghostface
haven't
says
seen
in
Bay of
Scream
Blood yet.
4. Ghostface says Peeping Tom is the first slasher ever made in Scream 4. If anybody remembers that little trivia.
Yeah,
Not
I remember it.
Not that anyone is expecting Peeping Tom in the top 15, but Peeping Tom actually got votes. So
I have
Nice.
not seen
Yeah.
that.
Good movie.
It's a really great film.
Yeah, it is.
If anyone
It is
hasn't
a great
seen it,
film.
It's
I still
really
need
good.
to see Bay of Blood. Joe, I've heard that it's almost like a prequel to The Last House on the Left, somebody said, or they compared it to The Last House on the Left.
People compared it to it, but it's not really like The Last House on the Left. I remember seeing on that stream somebody comparing it to it, but I wouldn't compare it to it.
Is it good though?
Yeah, I really enjoy the film. I have 3 copies of it. I like it so much.
Did that get any votes, Tim? Bay of Blood?
yes, it did.
Wow, nice.
Yep.
Was Joe one of them?
No, it is not on my list.
Like I
I'm a
said,
fan of
almost
Bay of Blood.
400
Still
movies.
25
There's a-
though.
Well, Friday the 13th was very high on my list. It was 4th for me. So
Yeah.
It was 5th on my list.
if the franchise wasn't so
Not much.
consistent, I feel like that one would have went further up. But it's such a consistent franchise. It kept getting the love spread throughout like most of it.
Yeah,
Did
because
Ken put
I was gonna say a lot of people love 4. You know, most of the time when anybody talks about Friday the 13th, they talk about 4.
I love Jason Lives personally.
I was gonna say my favorite one, and it's the most unpopular opinion. I like 7. The whole Carrie versus Jason. That was the first one I ever saw in theaters, and when I saw that, I was just like, I love that film.
Did Ken put Jason Goes to Hell in his top 25?
Oh, I don't remember specifically who put what.
Yeah, I know Ken's a big fan of Jason Goes to Hell, unless he's being sarcastic, but I'm pretty sure he's serious.
Jason X got like a vote or 2 also.
Oh my God.
Cool.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
just lost all hope in humanity.
That I'm
really riding in the comments section.
Sue me, but Jason X is underrated. It's a good movie. I like it.
The sleeping bag kill, awesome.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite kills from a horror film.
I just
the frozen head kills from
you
Jason
said
X.
Friday 13th Part 7
one.
versus Carrie. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, Carrie versus Jason.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I like Part 7 too. I enjoyed that one. I actually like Part 8. I think Takes Manhattan has a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I think it's probably one of the most consistent, especially in the big 3. It's the most consistent like franchise in terms of quality, like across the board for me.
As far as Friday, Jason, and Michael.
Yeah, I think that's like that has the most good movies in the whole franchise.
Out of those 3, I was going to say Scream. I would have to go with.
If I was counting Scream, maybe, but I'm just going with those 3.
Yeah, with the big franchises.
Yeah. Which Wes Craven also directed Nightmare on Elm Street, so I respect that because I love Wes Craven.
I have a Wes Craven film on my list that is not part. Well, I guess technically it's part of a franchise, but hopefully we see that. I don't know if we will though.
No, I'm trying to think of what it is.
Maybe The Hills Have Eyes. Maybe.
Yeah. That could be it. He said part of a franchise because it's got a sequel. And then has anybody seen Mind Ripper?
Wow. Oh, let's see what 15 is. Again, no idea. I'm really on the ride with this with you guys.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
That's cool.
15.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Not even on my list.
Not on mine either.
I was surprised Night beat Dawn, actually.
Yeah. To me, that movie's a snooze fest.
I was looking over my list. I'm surprised it wasn't on it. It must have been like a bubbling under. I really love that film. I think it's so important and it's so incredible.
And that's why I'm surprised it's not higher because it's important and iconic. Didn't make my list, but I figured it would be probably top 10 or 12.
I just saw Celeste and Hunter's comment saying Scream 3 and 4 aren't very good, or Hunter said that. I don't understand that comment.
I think 2 and 3 are okay, so I won't be associated with that. But I think 4 is like complete garbage.
I don't like 4 either. I agree.
Scream 3, I really like.
It is so annoying.
I like the atmosphere of the whole filming in Hollywood thing.
Yeah.
But the killer,
no.
It just it takes the like meta thing and it like starts to beat you over the head with a sledgehammer. Like the dead horse that he's beating, he's like unearthing it from the ground to break its bones.
How could you not love Kirby? She makes that entire film.
I don't know if she's enough to save it, really.
You don't like Scream 4 either? Damn, Joe, are you a fan?
No,
I don't mind Scream 4. I don't mind any of the Scream films actually.
What about you, Tony?
1 and 2 is really the only 2 I care for.
So I think Scream's like a good franchise. Not that we're talking about Scream here, but I think that would have been one that really would have benefited from just being like a one and done. Maybe have Scream 2 because sequels.
I totally agree. I think it gets so redundant after the
more
first
you do that meta thing, it kind of wears off for me.
Exactly.
I've known people who've actually seen Scary Movie 1, then have gone and watched Scream and be like, "Oh, you mean this was that?" Like they literally thought Scream was the remake of Scary Movie.
If you say that gets redundant, how would people feel about Halloween then?
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel very similarly about it.
And that's
13
why
Yeah.
Season of the Witch was made, because so it wouldn't feel redundant.
And that's why that's my number one Halloween film.
Yeah.
For the same reason.
But then that brings us back to Jason, because I mean that's more redundant than any of them, really.
Yeah.
And when you do
True.
something different, it can go bad like Halloween Ends. So sometimes redundancy
Yeah,
is
I mean,
better.
fans like it. It is what it is. If it's going to make money, they're going to keep making them. Look at Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Don't
Yeah.
even get me started.
Yeah, that could be a whole separate stream.
But Night of the Living Dead, yes, the ending that pissed everybody off.
You know what's funny
It's
too
so good.
with
It's
this
a powerful ending.
This was the only because I did this in an Excel spreadsheet. Spelling matters when you're doing find and search. And dumb me typed in Night of the Living Dead for one of them, and the Night of THY. I guess I hit a Y. So I was actually doing it in two separate things. And when I found that, I fixed it, and I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, now it's pretty high up because it wasn't. So I found my mistake.
Glad you caught it.
But anyways, I think there's an issue with my camera, actually.
Yeah. Are you guys ready for this? This is mid-levolution.
Oh my God, that is
past,
so
present,
sick.
future.
What's
up? Mid-levolution is here.
That was an an entrance. I like it.
Oh my
What's
God!
up,
I had
guys?
no idea what was going on there for a second.
He must have missed Ken's stream.
I crashed the stream. Yeah, Garrett taught me his stream crashing technique. So,
what is up, Ken?
I'm
How
sorry,
was
Tim.
your
I
stream?
apologize.
How are we doing,
I
Ken?
apologize.
How was your
What's up?
stream with
How are y'all
Michelle?
doing? I just did a 2.5 hour stream over on our channel. But how are y'all doing? Where
Doing
number
good.
are y'all at?
Good.
Like number
We're
15.
on 14. We're going on.
14.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Tim, I think you broke Colin's eardrums.
did I? My ears. Sorry, Colin.
I'm still in the Married with Media studios.
And a robe.
In a robe. I'm sophisticated Ken tonight. That's my
Sophisticated Ken.
Halloween costume.
Did you
I
submit
even
a
got a
list? Ken?
hardback book.
So what was some of this stuff Ken missed? What was I should actually pull it up. So
Can
that
you do a
know-
recap so I can react
Yes.
to it? And
Yes, I
switch?
can.
Season of the Witch made it. The
Yeah.
Witch. The Witch. I guess a bunch
Well,
of witch.
Hold on. I have the actual list here. So I opened up the computer. So we started at 31 for the Just Missed the Cut. So It 1990, Rosemary's Baby, Train to Busan, Cabin in the Woods, Jeepers Creepers, and Evil Dead 2 were 26 through 31. So they
Did I
just
put
missed it.
did I put it 1990 on my list? I feel like that was one I was mad at myself because I forgot about it.
Ken, I was curious if you put Jason Goes to Hell on your list.
No, I do love Jason Goes to Hell, but that wasn't making it on my top 25. I had a classy list. My top 10 at least was pretty classy.
So the other ones you've missed is Witch was 25, American Werewolf in London was 24, Season of the Witch was 23, It 2017 was 22, Christine was 21, 28 Days Later was 20. That was a shock, actually.
Wow.
Dawn of the Dead 78 was 19, Hellraiser was 18, Fright Night, the original, was 17, Friday the
Dude,
13th
Fright
was...
Night?
Yeah, Fright Night.
That's that 4K effect. That's why that's so high.
Friday the 13th was 16, the first one. And we just had Night of the Living Dead at 15.
I don't agree with Friday the 13th being that high, but I like the respect for it. I do like that. I appreciate it.
It had a lot of split in the vote. Like
Night of the
people
Living
voted-
Dead, I really loved it when I rewatched it this week. So I don't know how high it would be on my list, but it is pretty iconic and awesome.
Ken is here.
Hell yeah.
Ken, what did you think of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch being top 25?
It definitely shouldn't be top 25. I understand a lot of people.
Oh, jeez.
I understand a lot of people love it.
This
Now,
has been the most contentious issue of the night by far.
Oh my god.
well, I mean, it's everybody's
I
coming
haven't
out of the
seen it,
woodwork
so I
now
just have
and
to
saying,
sit and
well, it's a fun movie, but it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, top 25 of all time.
No, it's a lot of people are coming out of the woodwork saying they love Halloween 3. Like within the last 5 years, it's like really cool to love Halloween 3.
It's that
So,
4K effect.
It's the 4K effect for sure. It's the cool steel books and all that stuff. But I mean, look, I do love the movie. I got a mask right here. You know, it's a fun movie. I would recommend watching it though, if you haven't seen it, for sure.
It's actually next on my 31 Days of Halloween challenge thing.
It's a good Halloween watch, like to watch on actual Halloween. It's a great score. Like it's probably my favorite John Carpenter score.
Play the music.
Oh God, no.
Hey, is that Joe up there? I didn't see Joe here.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock.
It's time. You're welcome, Bob.
It is iconic.
I'm right with you, Bob.
I do feel like now that I see Joe here, I do feel like Joe was responsible for Halloween 3 being so high.
I was gonna say, it was number 6 on my list. I love that movie.
Yeah. It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Well, let's see. Check on the last couple of comments, and then we'll go on to the number 14. Friday the 13th, too high, but he's really stuck on Season of the Witch. Ken.
I mean, if I was ranking the Halloween films, it would probably be in my top 5.
Hunter's got a comment, man, for somebody.
I didn't
okay, I think he's got great taste too, Not.
I do love that The Witch made the top 25, though.
Hell yeah. Best one on the list so far, easy.
The Witch, but The Witch.
No, the Witch shouldn't be on the top in anybody's top 50.
You don't like
horrible.
The Witch, do you, Joe?
I hate that movie. I whipped that thing across the room. I'd even sell that. That
one didn't make the shelf, did it?
No.
Unless Marie liked it.
No, she didn't like it neither.
And a tattoo.
No.
It's called the Vavitch.
The Vitch.
The Vitch.
Vivitch.
So let's see what 14 is. And just so you know, Ken, I have the list on my side now, but my nails, I can't tell what the hell's what. So I'm kind of along for the ride. So 14.
Oh, really? You don't know what it is?
Now then, tell me, what did Miggs say to you? Multiple Miggs in the next cell. He hissed at you. What did he say?
It's a good one.
Didn't make my list.
That's one that I thought about after I sent you my list, and I was pissed off that I forgot about it.
I purposely left it off because I felt like it was like horror adjacent, not quite horror.
Yeah, I don't consider it horror either. That's why I didn't vote for it. But
yeah,
it's a great movie.
This is a great movie.
Yeah. I want to give a quick shout out to Sufjan Stevens, who did a song about this film entitled Cimmerian Shade that gets stuck in my head every time it is mentioned. But I'm a big fan of the film.
I love Silence of the Lambs.
Just think if more people that think it's kind of adjacent and didn't vote for it voted for it, how high it'd probably be.
Yeah, it could be way up there.
It's my number 7. My number 7.
I definitely do consider it horror. I mean, the main reason is you got two of the greatest horror icons of all time in that movie. Hannibal Lecter's like biting people's face off. I mean, that's pretty horrific, I would say. Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, that whole end sequence too is very, very much horror.
Mm. But I mean, I get it. It is kind of like a crime thriller in a lot of aspects too.
I was gonna say with my list, I went with what was more rewatchable to me, things I watch more often than.
Yeah.
And Silence of the Lambs, I haven't watched in years, just because it's not something I can rewatch all the time.
Yeah.
I
So
went the same route as you. With rewatchability was a big factor for me.
yeah. When it comes to horror for me, by the way, I do actually include quite a bit of thriller stuff. Like I didn't put 7 on my list, but I thought about it because even though 7 is a thriller, it's a horrific thriller.
There's a very fine line between these genres that I think it's based on like how you react to it and the emotions that it presents in you. So I think it's valid either way.
Yeah, and that's why I can understand where Dell and Mike are coming from, because like I don't consider 7 a horror movie, but it's kind of almost exactly the same thing as Silence of the Lambs.
That's
for whatever reason in my mind, I don't think of it that way.
I left it off my list for the same reason. Otherwise, 7 would have been near the top of my list.
Yeah.
I love that movie, but I think it's more thriller than horror. Yeah, the thriller walks that fine line.
It's a fine line.
What's up, Walter?
Walter's here.
Walter, what's up?
Okay,
so I'll be doing a stream with Walter kind of soon. Shout out to him.
Yeah, he's in all the streams.
What's the stream on?
It was his idea, actually. He approached me about it, so maybe he can talk about it a little bit.
Comment down below on what it is, Walter. But we'll see what number 13 is.
Not on my list as well.
I was definitely high up on my list.
I was gonna put that in the my prediction for top 5.
It was that 4K effect again.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Didn't quite make my list, but good movie.
Someone was telling me that
Cal's not happy.
Someone
Cal is gonna have an ulcer the size of a large fruit or something. I think he might need to tap out. Maybe.
Now, somebody told me the actress that played Carol Ann, she looked like, you could tell she looked really sick in the third one.
She died shortly after, right?
Yeah,
she died shortly after.
Some people were telling me though, like when you watch the third one, you could see she just doesn't look right.
Yeah, she doesn't look healthy in that one.
I have not seen 2 or 3.
2 is actually solid. It's really solid.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Some people say 2 is their favorite.
I enjoy 2 over 1,
and he's pretty damn scary.
Yeah, he's pretty scary.
So Dell, you didn't like Poltergeist?
Not as good, but
no, I do like it. It just didn't make my list. I really do like it.
Also, call 911 on the account of my seizure. Man, if you watch that 4K disc, oh my god,
yeah, I know the 4K.
It's very strong.
Yes, it is.
That's why they put that on the warning label there.
Not mad at all, just confused why it's so high. People love it, Cal.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
About Poltergeist? Or which one?
What about Poultrygeist? Have you seen that one?
Poltergeist?
I have. The trauma film, I've seen it. I enjoy it.
I know Joe would have seen that.
Oh, yeah. That's cheese-tastic right there.
So, Ken, what's your thoughts on, is the list kind of on par with your thoughts so far?
You haven't said The Exorcist right yet?
No.
Okay, thank God.
He hasn't gotten to number 1 yet.
That was in a lot of people's predictions.
Tony, is that your number 1 too?
It is.
That's my number 1. Yeah.
Ken, we actually went ahead and collectively decided that The Exorcist is garbage and that we're not going to be
Oh my
considering it.
God.
So no worries on
I
that.
bet everybody in here said that The Exorcist 3 is the best Exorcist film. That's the new thing coming out. Exorcist 3 is actually the best Exorcist film. It's not the first.
I put
if you ask
Exorcist
Jeffrey
as,
Dahmer.
as my number one. I would think that people would pick, but that wasn't on my list. It's not even in my top 10.
Well,
yes,
Jim Powers has poultry, guys. This is number one.
I know if Tim has it his way,
I appreciate the deep cuts.
I know we'll probably see some Evil Dead in the top 10 for sure.
Evil Dead 2 missed it though. I mean,
has Evil Dead been mentioned yet?
Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2 is number 20.
It was 26. It just missed the top 25.
Did that make you pretty sore, Tim?
Oh God, yes. I was
I was gonna say you could tell when he said it. You could tell. You could hear it in his voice.
It was extremely difficult for him not to edit the list.
Wow. I don't think Army of Darkness. You think Army of Darkness is going to make it?
No way.
No.
That to me is, I don't know. I would struggle to say that that's a horror movie. That's more of like, fantasy, adventure, comedy.
I when I first saw Army of Darkness, I honestly thought it was a Monty Python skit.
Yep, it feels like that. It's a great movie though.
It's like the Evil Dead meets a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
It's a fun movie.
So I don't know how many people, just because we're talking Army of Darkness and I know Bruce Campbell stuff, when he flips into the pit towards the beginning, Bruce can actually flip himself on command. Like he could pull his shirt and flip himself completely by himself.
He does that in part 2, right?
Yes.
When he's smashing the plates.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all. There's no wires helping him or anything. He could do that fully himself. I think that's awesome. But that's enough geeking on Bruce. Number 12 is going to shock you guys. I really think it's going to. So
I'm gonna sit real tight.
Halloween Ends. Boo.
I am so shocked.
Shocked. Yep.
That was my number. That was my
thought
number
about
4.
predicting this one.
People
But
might
there's
have
another
just
borderline where I wasn't
Yeah,
sure if enough people would
People might
consider
have
it.
forgotten to add Jaws because it's like a creature feature. People might just not have thought about it.
Yeah, a lot of people
The
might
funny
think
thing
it's not
is, I
horror.
would say Jaws 2 is a horror film, but I don't consider the first one a horror film. It's more of an adventure film to me. But I mean, it's in my top 5 movies of all time. So I mean, I love the movie, but I just don't know about.
It's crazy when Jaws made lists for the most part. It made it pretty high because the people that thought of it as horror put it pretty high.
Yeah.
It wasn't on my list, but I didn't really think to put that. So
Yeah, I mean, it would be in the top 5 if everybody thought of it as horror.
much like some of you with the Silence of the Lambs. So
it made my list at
Then there's other stuff like Alien, and I think of that movie as horror. But I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, I put Jaws as number 4 on my list.
Yeah, 11 for me.
Again, it just gets because you look on IMDb, Jaws is adventure thriller.
Mm-hmm.
But same with Silence of the Lambs. I mean, there's horror elements there, so it's all subjective. It's just how you look at it.
Culture is not happy. No Omen yet.
That's like that's like Ken thinking No Country for Old Men is a Western.
Yeah.
It is a
Western.
It is
Neo-Western.
It is a straight up Western.
Ryan, I caught your comment. Good stuff.
I just had to bring that up from something 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was in a battle. Everybody gave me shit because I pulled No Country for Old Men as a Western.
No Country for Old Men is a great movie.
It is a Western. And it's a Western.
I mean, it's in the West.
Yeah.
So wait, so Beverly Hills Chihuahua is a Western.
Oh boy, here we go again with that Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Celeste is most pissed of all that Beverly Hills Chihuahua is not number one. It's a Western.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a classic. Iconic.
Sure. Jamie Lee Curtis. You all like Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
She's all right.
I didn't know she was in that.
She plays the voice of the dog.
No, she's the mom.
Or but it's all.
I think Drew Barrymore is the voice.
Freaky Friday.
Okay, yeah, Drew Barrymore.
Oh, the dog talks. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, the dog.
for sure.
Oh yeah, it talks.
It just shot right up my watch list.
So for this, for the next one, if you notice, we haven't really had much in the way of modern horror. Witch has been the main one. Oh, in It 2017. Those have been the main new modern ones. The next one's a modern one that
It 2017 made the top 25.
Yeah, it made 22.
Yep.
God, I'm gonna throw up. 1990 didn't make it.
I'm telling. I felt the same. I felt the same, Ken.
Oh
1990 made an honorable mention, right?
I like the new.
That was 31.
Yeah, 31. Yep. But this next one absolutely shocked me. Whereas, Ken would love if it's Midsommar, but
I think I know what it is.
That's my key to leave.
I hope it's Midsommar.
I think it's. I'm not shocked. I love that movie.
The right Ari
I
Aster
love that
film
movie.
made it.
Great
Thank
movie.
you.
It just made my list, but it's on there. Shit, this is a fucking harrowing film. So good.
That movie was 15 on my list.
Number 3.
I love that movie.
It was in my top 25.
It's one of those. It's like The Witch. It's a love it or hate it film, and I simply love that film.
I would
Shout
say
out
that,
Toni Collette,
that movie and The
the
Witch
goat.
are the best.
Yeah.
She should have been nominated for an Oscar, but
She should have. She should have been.
It's honestly
she's
like
really
kind
good
of
in it.
offensive that she didn't get nominated. Like I feel
Yeah.
like, I mean, we
That's
all know that
horror
horror is
for
kind of
you.
relegated in those sort of things,
Yeah.
but she's incredible.
She was.
Yeah,
so
she was
good.
incredible.
They do that every year. You can pick out certain actresses in horror films like every year that could be nominated, and they just ignore them.
Yeah, I would
So
say
everybody,
Hereditary,
I'm pretty sure everybody is a fan of Hereditary, but me. Then.
So David.
I bet you like Midsummer, Bob.
Yeah,
I'm not a massive fan of Hereditary either, so
No, I
I'm
just
there
don't.
with you.
Like I said, cults with me, just like anything to do with cults, the ending falls apart in Hereditary for me. It just gets.
Well, that,
Me too. I
Cult
agree.
Stuff's what scares me the most. I
that's what a lot of people have the biggest problem with Hereditary is that whole cult ending. But
that was amazing.
I thought it was a fantastic film.
So what I'm getting is Bob has a problem with naked old people.
Yeah,
Hey, that's the best part.
Bob, I don't know if you can be a mid-levolution anymore. We're pro naked old people here.
Naked old people is an automatic bumping up of at least 3
There you
points
go.
for me.
Bob doesn't like Kool-Aid.
So I'm wondering if Midsommar is going to be in here. Midsommar.
I don't think so.
We shall.
I don't think so either.
No way.
I doubt it.
Be shot.
I like it, but I doubt it.
I was shocked Hereditary was just outside the top 10, though. I didn't expect it that high.
It doesn't really shock me because I feel like a lot of people, when they talk about modern horror, like almost everybody brings up Hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's like I said, it's one of those films that if you love it, it's going to be high on your list. So I figure if anybody votes for that, it's going to be high up on their list.
And I could see a lot of people that made lists probably being like, well, I can't just have only classics. Let's throw in a modern one. What's the best modern one? Hereditary.
And I like Ari Aster as a director. I can appreciate him even if I don't like love his films. I appreciate how original and just his direction, but it's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bob is ageist.
No, Bob likes X. And there's an
Oh, I love X.
old lady in
Speaking
there.
of X,
so-
Mia Goth has been fucking killing it, and she's not
Oh,
going to
yeah.
get nominated for shit.
She should
'cause
be
this is how it
nominated for
is, I
Pearl
guess.
too.
Mama
Yeah, she
Blu-ray even
should.
says, "Yeah, naked old girl."
There you go.
Modern horror got to sleep.
Yeah, she deserves a nomination, Mia Goth, as well, but it's probably not going to happen.
No.
But Pearl is kind of one of the best performances I've seen all year.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So we're at the top 10. This is like the creme de la creme, I guess you could say. Yeah. Want to head into number 10 and
Tim, before you head into number 10, I'm gonna jump out of here. I'm gonna let y'all take the top 10 Endeavor.
Okay.
I think we're getting ready to watch something, but I appreciate having me. Everybody have a great stream, and I'll see y'all later.
Have a good one, Ken.
Bye, Ken.
all right. Let's dive into 10. Now that one third mid-levolution is out. So this is one I'm not surprised by. So we'll head into it.
Not surprised.
Not at all.
BinBuster, is it too low?
I was
What
going
was
to
that?
say it's
Is it too low?
What
I think this is a good place for it.
yeah.
Oh, no,
I mean,
I-
on my list, I added an 8 on my list, so yeah, it's right around
So,
there.
Here's the
I was
weird
going to
thing.
say yeah.
Oh,
It's
no, go
not.
ahead,
I was going to say it's not on my list, but I could see it
Yeah.
it being a top 10 film.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm the same way. I didn't make my list, but yeah, not surprised it's top 10.
Yeah.
So here's the weird thing. As I was doing, I didn't do the list in a specific order. I kind of started with the stuff from emails and went from there. Psycho was getting 4s and 6s and 2s, like stuff like that, and it wasn't making any traction. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at lists that gets a 25, a 25, a 24, a 22, a 22. So all of a sudden, it just started getting lists that shot it right up. So, because at first I was like, holy shit, no one is wanting Psycho, but then all of a sudden, I guess I was hitting the right lists.
It just started getting showered with praise.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm.
Exactly.
I'm
And there-
swing and a miss
And
there,
yet
maybe.
that is another remake that's just as good as the original.
Oh
That's
no.
in my opinion.
I gotta disagree with
That's
you.
a hot take.
I don't
Yeah.
think anybody.
That's a real
this
hot
is-
take. Ooh.
This is a remake that I never hear anyone talk about. Like, it's one remake I never hear anyone talk about at all. Maybe Poltergeist, The Fog as well.
I've never been a fan of the remake.
I mean, it's pointless. It's shot for shot, and it doesn't add anything new at all. And it's just not good. Not as good. The acting's not as good.
Yeah, I would say Anne Heche and Vince Vaughn weren't that good in it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see if Texas Chainsaw Massacre made the list or if Tim took the votes away.
I was gonna say that's my favorite film of all time. That better be on the
It's
list.
gotta be top 5.
It
I'm
will
gonna be
it'll
kicking
on
my
there.
camera over.
It'll be on the
You
list.
know, Tim removed it then.
Hell,
Why don't we hop into number 9 before we talk about kicking cameras and stuff?
No kicking.
Joe's not happy though. It's too
It
low.
should be to me. It should be top 5. That, like I said, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is my favorite film of all time, and it was number 1 on my list. I love that
Tim
film.
thinks it should be bottom 5.
It did really well. I mean, it also had some of the votes were a 5, a 4, an 8, a couple of 10s. So it just.
And I can see people voting for the remake on that one because a lot of people like the remake of it. So.
03 did okay.
I love the remake.
Yeah,
the
it
remake's
got
excellent.
got some
I
good
think
votes.
it's one of the more widely received, critically praised remakes out there.
Yeah.
We got Jessica Biel as a cowgirl. Come on, what's not to love?
Yeah.
I said it was just as good, Cal, not better.
The original Texas Chainsaw made my 17 for me, so I'm glad it made it over there.
Yeah, my number 9.
Yeah.
By the way,
It's,
Mark, I like
21
the
for
deep-
me.
I like the
Great
deep red poster behind you.
Oh, thanks. It came with my 4K from Arrow Video.
Yeah, Arrow Video. Yeah.
Tony, did you say this was number 9 for you?
Number 5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember because you said don't hate me for my number 5.
Right, exactly. It's always been a favorite of mine.
Culture Trendy says it's overrated. What?
I don't like it.
Oh no.
Well, Ken
So-
says Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2
I-
is better.
I think the streetlights just came on. My mom's calling me.
So I talked
Joe,
about
did you
this
like the
already, but,
sequel?
I like the sequel. I thought, it's campy, it's kind of cheesy, but I enjoy it. The only film I didn't like was the 3D one that they did.
Derek,
what was it? 2013.
The number 1
Oh,
on
that one,
Shudder's
yeah.
list. The Shudder's 101 list.
in Texas Chainsaw, I couldn't get past. I thought the story was good, and like Leatherface is a great character. The acting of the teens or whatever is
All right, Tim, I gotta
So-
ask you a question
so bad.
because I was rewatching Evil Dead the other night, and I love the film so much, but the acting is atrocious, and it made me think of your take that Texas Chainsaw is good, but the acting ruins it. And I want to know where you differentiate those things.
It's the
Blind
BBC,
love of-
Bruce Campbell.
Blind love of Bruce Campbell, probably.
Yeah.
Because
Derek's somewhere.
I'm not trying to do a call out here. I'm genuinely curious what the difference is to you
I didn't
because
grow up with
I love
Dell,
both.
you got Derek smiling.
I didn't grow up with horror. I got into horror basically. I traded with a kid across the alley for VHS of Army of Darkness, which was one of my first actual horror movies. Even though y'all say that's not horror, but it led me down the road of watching Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, and other stuff. So I have a special place in my heart for that whole franchise. Even though, yes, the acting is atrocious in the first movie. Yes,
I think Franklin is the best character in any film ever made.
He's a good character. I'm not gonna lie.
He
He's
is.
annoying as shit, but he's a good actor. I honestly think the acting is good, but that's just me, I guess.
In Texas
I
Chainsaw,
agree.
you like the acting?
Yeah, I do.
Same.
It's never bothered me for.
Franklin is rough when he's screaming and crying a lot.
Oh, it is assault on the ears. Like it is an auditory
Yeah,
nightmare
so-
watching that film. But I think it works. So
I think it's great. It just makes you feel like you need to take a shower after you watch.
it's so gross. It is so grimy and nasty and putrid. I love it.
And it's funny because that wasn't even his plan going in, shooting it that way, but it works so much better that way. That's why I'm curious to see what it's going to look like on 4K, or I guess Turbine already put it out in 4K. But
Yeah, hopefully we get a release in the States here.
yeah, I just don't like something like that. I'm very curious how it would look in 4K.
It's one of those movies I don't know that it really needs a 4K because it's supposed to look grimy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good with my Blu-ray.
If they take the grain out of that one, I think I could see some people getting a little pissed off.
I would
hate
get
the
upset.
normal screen.
I was gonna say I would get upset because when I own it on Blu-ray, but when I watch it on DVD just because I like the grain.
Well, I would be upset about grain removal on any film just on
Yeah, just
principle.
leave it the way it
but-
is.
Yeah, I don't know what company studio's obsession with removing grain is.
Well, some of it's like Cameron hates grain, so he removes it on his movies.
Yeah, and everybody hated his transfer of Terminator 2. So
Yeah,
they're waxy. Like there's no there's no definition to the skin tone. It looks like a wax figure. It's terrible.
I always thought filmmakers want some grain. Like that's why I don't get why he wouldn't want to. I guess I just don't know. James.
Well, because everything's done digitally now, even in filmmaking. It's not done with film anymore. So
that, and I think a lot of times, it's since 4K is a new format, they got to differentiate it somewhere. So hey, look how clear and this is. You don't have that grain problem anymore.
I think you're right. I think the average consumer sees grain and thinks that there's something wrong with it, and so they are catering to the.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, to
we're
be
a
honest,
small
just the
bunch.
ignorant consumer.
Like you said, we're a small bunch. I mean, we're what 5,000, 10,000 people here. Like you said, the average person though wants crystal clear 8K, 4K, right?
Yeah, and that's my wife for you. Like when she saw Terminator 2 when I was playing the 4K, she's like, "Oh, is that a new Terminator movie?" Like she was down to watch it because she doesn't like watching classics. So
I've always been an odd duck when it comes to that, because when it comes to horror, I prefer to watch it on DVD or even VHS. Most of my 4K horror is still sealed. I watch it in lower formats just because I like watching it, as I did as a kid. Even unless it's more modern horror, but the older horror, I prefer watching it on DVD or VHS. Like I said, most of my 4Ks or Blu-rays, I keep them sealed. I don't even watch them.
And I know Fish the film collector down there, he hates Cameron transfers. He actually told me he's not even going to buy the 4K. He went out and bought the Blu-ray of Titanic because he doesn't want to see what it looks like in 4K.
I'm afraid for that, honestly. I might do the same thing.
I'm not going to buy the 4K. I have it in 3D and on Blu-ray. It looks good.
It's crazy that you want to support Blu-ray over 4K because of sometimes them just ruining it. I mean, they're trying to do too much, I guess.
Titanic, top 5 horror films.
Some movies don't need a 4K. I don't like some stuff just doesn't need a 4K in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, then we could get on to the whole topic of why does this get a 4K and certain movies don't even have a Blu-ray.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you guys ready for 8?
Go for
it. 8 makes me happy, just so you know.
Oh boy.
Oh no, it's Evil Dead.
It shouldn't be Texas.
I was going for the clean sweep on the top 5, and that's been ruined.
Recount.
You know what I have to say to it?
Groovy.
Hell yeah.
Derek's gonna get canceled with those comments. The BBC he's obsessed with.
Not even on my list.
I'm disliking this stream. Texas Chainsaw should have been number 1. This was decided on by everyone. More
Tony, you're not a fan of Evil Dead, or was it in your top 25?
It was not in my top 25. No.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I don't. That doesn't mean I don't like it. I like it. It just didn't make my top 25.
My one complaint about Evil Dead is why he doesn't turn, but like everybody else in it turns so easily, like getting stabbed with the pencil, and they just turn. And I mean, he gets. I'm just like, why doesn't he turn then?
No talking bad about it. No questioning it. Evil Dead is amazing.
Just go.
We'll have to get Sam Raimi on the line to answer that one.
And to me, hot take, kind of like Dawn, another remake that I almost like more than the original.
Oh, the remake's great.
Love the remake.
There's only like 4 remakes that I like more than the original, and 2 of the films were already shown. I really like the remakes.
I saw the remake before I saw the original.
Ryan wants a recount. Because Tim voted 7.
I agree.
Texas was robbed.
We're going to be checking the...
But so to Muhammad and anyone else though, if anyone did not vote and they don't like the results, next one of these I do, please vote. Like, you guys all decided this. So
did Muhammad not vote?
I don't remember.
Don't kill the messenger.
It was 53 people. I mean, I don't remember everyone that did, but just anyone though that watching that doesn't like the results, vote next time. And
Well,
you
Tim, they're gonna come for you after the stream now.
You're gonna see pitchforks and
Yeah.
people with torches. It could be like
Don't
killing
shoot the
Frankenstein.
messenger.
Yep. Tim was trying to do something nice, something creative.
Now can we ask for a recount if Army of Darkness is within the top 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say it right now. Army of Darkness did not make the list.
Okay.
I'm
Good.
spoiled that. It's not on here.
Okay.
So
Out of 4 ain't bad.
it would be sketchy if it was. It is not. It actually
You just took it out. It's a red herring, so we're off your trail.
I believe it either got 3 votes or 2, and I'm one of them.
I voted for
I was
Army
gonna
of
say it got
Darkness.
one. I was ready to say I only got 1 vote, and it was you.
No, I voted for Army of Darkness like at 15. So I really like that movie. I like it better than the other Evil Dead movies. I think it's more fun, more rewatchable. So
It got like 2 or 3 votes though. That's it.
You know, Mika makes a good point. Come for yourself if you didn't vote. The thing about this, if you did vote, your number 1 is 25 points.
Yep.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of points. I mean, your vote does make a difference in something like
Yeah.
this for sure, because it's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So next up, what are we on? 7. Okay, for 7. So this might be a giveaway to Celeste and anyone else, but there was a practical effects stream I did, and there was a certain clip that kind of got the stream taken down. I'm not showing a clip in this one. This is just a still. So
Nightmare
go
on
on
Elm
with it.
Street.
Not surprised.
Not
No.
at all.
No.
I was gonna say in my predictions, I put it as it would be in the top 5, but on my actual list, it's 23rd because I am not a big fan of those films.
I got it as number 5 as a
You're not a big
prediction,
fan, but it's on your top 25.
As in when it comes to the big franchises, I enjoy the
sure.
film, but when it comes to the
Mhm.
big franchises, to me, it's my least favorite out of all of them.
Made
Gotcha.
number 3 on my list, though. I'm
Personally,
a
it's my favorite, but it actually didn't make the list.
Is
on
this
mine.
number
Yeah.
6?
That's my wife in the chat. She's actually watching in. Wow.
Shout out
likes to
Tim's
be-
wife.
Shout
Yeah, shout out Tim's wife.
I was going to say that's the first time I've ever seen April in the chat.
Yeah. She doesn't watch half the stuff I'm on. She doesn't care, but I was like, come on, I spent like 20 hours on this.
Hey, I
You
know
know,
this. I know
sounds
that
like,
struggle.
Tony, that sounds like what you were saying about your wife who's never seen any of your streams.
None. 10 years. None.
Hunter, yes, people voted for
sad.
Possession. It did okay. It didn't do enough to make it that high, but Possession did okay.
So was Nightmare on Elm Street number 6 or 7?
That was 7. That was 7.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I already messed up my top 5. That was number 5.
Yeah, we'll be going for 6, and then we're just going to do a quick little, like, if anyone wanted to change for their top 5, because I know Jaws was mentioned in one of the predictions, and that's gone.
I actually like part 2 more. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Hell yeah, part 2 rules. It's my favorite
Yeah,
one.
it's a great movie. It's so different. But that end or that start with the school bus, oh, it's awesome.
It's a queer horror classic, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
I'm a big fan of 3.
The first
Oh,
3
he's
are like
amazing.
all bangers. I mean, and there's a case to be made for like 4 as well.
BinBuster, your red eye comment still has a chance, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Derek
Whoa,
is
whoa.
right. This is
My top 5 still has a
actually
chance.
matter.
That's because BinBuster voted number 1 for red eye.
Mhm.
Huck is happy with Freddie. All right. So what? Tim's about to get divorced after that comment. All right.
That would be an unfortunate end to the stream.
Yes.
We shall go with number 6, and then we'll run through see if anyone wants to change predictions because I feel like this was on some of the predictions. So let's go.
It was.
This was
Not
on my
surprised.
list, but it's another one. I'm actually surprised it's so high because I think this is another one that's considered to be kind of borderline and might have been even higher. I don't know.
I always thought of the original as flat out horror. It's the second one that's like it's more action, but I'd still think of it as horror. I will say Aliens did not do well in this at all.
Well, yeah.
It's more action movie than horror.
I wouldn't consider it a horror film, honestly, but
I
wouldn't
didn't
be
put it
mad
on
at
my
that
list.
either.
It's not on my list.
I think Mika and maybe 2 people otherwise voted for Aliens, but Alien did really freaking well.
Yeah, Aliens. I'm assuming Halloween, then Alien is her number 1 and 2. I would assume.
So that was number 6. Does anyone have like adjustments? Because I know
I want to make an adjustment.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Why don't we
Joe.
run through? We'll start at Bob. Do you have any adjustments? What do you think?
Oh dear God! I got 1 is still Halloween, 2 Scream, 3 The Exorcist, 4 The Shining, 5 Darkness Falls. I'm joking. I don't know. Dear God, I don't know. I don't even know where I'd begin. Aliens. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's too hard to say. I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even figure it out. Number 5. I said The Shining and The Exorcist and Scream and Halloween. So what would number 5 be?
I guess we'll see.
I have an idea.
Any adjustments?
Yeah, that number 5 of Red Eye. Yeah, it's becoming Scream, but everything else I'm sticking with. The Blob at 4, 3, The Thing, Halloween, the original, and The Birds.
Oh, The Thing. Put that as my number 5. Yes, The Thing.
Okay, Bob, I think we have the exact same list because my top 4 has remained solid, but Evil Dead was knocked out, so I'm replacing it with The Shining.
I'm going to say The Thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to change my Texas Chainsaw since it was already listed. I'm going to change it to Scream.
How dare you not have Scream in the beginning?
Yeah, and I gotta make some adjustments too because Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street were already called out. So gonna have to put Halloween H2O and Freddy vs. Jason because if they're not on a top 25 list, I'm just extremely disappointed. It's outrageous. Those
Clearly
movies
a betting
are
man.
amazing.
Safe
what?
bets
What is
all
it?
the way.
Not, what is it? Did you say, Mike?
Halloween H2O is amazing, and
Oh,
Freddy
okay.
vs. Jason is amazing. They should be top 25. I'm okay with, you know.
Shout out to 4K Lowdown. I put The Descent on my top 25. I think
The Descent is so
incredible.
good.
This
What did other
is
people?
so good.
It did
Yeah.
well.
So good.
And The Descent 2 is actually really good too.
I don't mind it for a follow up. I thought it was
No,
better
I
than
thought it was
people
good.
say. It's not
I'm-
great. I mean,
No.
a lot of people hate that one though because of, I guess, just how it ends and plays out.
Yeah, I still enjoy it. On my list, since 3 of them are already done, mine's going to be a big change. I'm keeping The Exorcist at 1. I'm putting Halloween as 2. 3, I'm going to go The Thing. 4, I'm going to go Scream. And then 5, just because I haven't seen it on the list and I think it's probably going to be up there just because a lot of people like it, I'm putting Saw as 5.
So know The Thing. Okay.
I did The Thing.
Oh, you did Thing. My bad. My bad.
I did Thing as 3.
Okay. Yeah, I can't.
To me, Saw or The Ring is going to be in the top 5, and I'm thinking it's going to be Saw Over the Ring.
Oh no, I don't see either one of those being in there.
Yeah, I don't consider Saw horror. I consider it more
You don't
thriller.
consider
Torture
Saw
porn?
horror?
What?
No,
Horror.
because to me, to me, it's
You
like the
cannot
Silence of
consider-
the Lambs, where it's
Okay.
more like
You cannot
mystery,
consider Hellraiser
procedural
horror
crime
and
thriller,
not Saw.
but it has the
Yeah,
blood and gore. So
shout
I never
out to-
considered the first Saw horror.
Shout out to Kel.
Wow.
He said The Faculty. The Faculty was my number 2, so I love The Faculty.
Faculty
Faculty
did
is
not
really
get as
good.
much love as it should have. It really
It didn't get any love. Wow.
So
It got you and a couple other people.
Wow.
You cannot say that. You
I-
cannot say that Hellraiser is a horror movie and not say Saw is not a horror movie. 'Cause it has elements of like Bob was
Torture?
saying. Yeah.
Cuts
Yeah,
his
it has
ankle
the
off.
gore and the blood, but to me, I've always seen it more as like a crime, mystery, thriller, procedural.
It's all
To
of
me,
that, but it's
more
also
that.
horror. It's like Get Out,
Yeah.
but it's all
They-
like
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's horror. I mean, The Descent could be considered, whatever, but at the end of the day, it's still horror.
It's more
Full-on King
horror
Adventure.
than the borderline stuff that's in this list.
Yeah, I
That's
don't think
all.
I
Yeah.
would consider Get Out much horror either. I would say that's psychological thriller.
I think
so.
anything that's a thriller, psychological, I
Yeah,
think that
yeah.
all gets grouped with horror as a subgenre.
So I separate the genres, and that's how it's on my shelf. Like
Well,
thrillers
geez,
are in
you
a
must
different
have
spot than
4,000
horror.
genres.
I'm telling you.
Mhm.
So
Well-
I'm I lost Texas Chainsaw and Jaws, so I'm changing mine. I'm keeping think Halloween tops, The Exorcist, and then Scream, then The Thing, and then I'd love for the 5th to be Get Out, but I'm thinking Carrie.
Ah.
That was on my list. I don't think it's gonna be it, but I adore that film so
So
much.
people are
Same.
So people really think one of those big 4, I suppose, Halloween, Scream, The Exorcist, Shining is going to be left off.
Yeah.
Mike is drunk.
Maybe the
I am
Shining.
not. I only had a Red Bull. Okay, this
Has
is not a
anyone
beer.
said
It's none
Child's
of
Play yet?
that.
Anti-drunk.
No, Child's Play hasn't been on it. Carrie hasn't been on it.
Mike does not
Oh,
drink.
Carrie was just said by Dell.
Well, I'm just saying I haven't been on.
Oh yeah, on the list yet. Yeah.
Well, why don't we jump into 5? Because
All right.
you guys are pretty similar on tracks here.
The Ring. I'm shocked that's not number 1.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't seen The Exorcist in like 20-something years, so I can't
Oh,
wait.
you got to watch it again.
I'll
Man.
check
Yeah.
it out when the 4K comes out. I'll be watching it.
Yeah,
It's pretty
So-
good.
for 3 or 4, 5, 6, I should say, is it? Yeah, they were all pretty similar in the 400 range. Then third place is in its own little island, and then first and second are in their own little island. It's crazy how much the voting really
I'm
separates.
so excited to see what 1 and 2 are because you said they're on their own little island.
Yeah, because
It's Halloween and Scream.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
gonna be.
Straight
It's
up.
gonna be
I've watched
Halloween and the
enough of
Thing
y'all's
now.
videos to know it's Halloween and Scream.
Okay, so I would love to see Scream above Halloween, but I doubt that's going to happen. But I would.
I think
just,
yeah.
I'd start doing cartwheels if that happens.
Now I think it's Halloween and the Thing.
Anybody who knows me knows my love for Scream. So.
I will say the Exorcist was number 2 for me. So
Celeste, did Scream make your top 25?
All right, I hope I don't offend anybody here, but for me, Scream is like a solid 7 out of 10. Like it's a good
Wow.
film, but it wouldn't make any of my lists.
I'm
I don't
canceling
think.
you.
I was gonna say Scream is not even in my top 25.
oh man,
And Exorcist
I just think
was
it's a great film. I just
Exorcist
think
was 14.
again, it's just not a favorite of mine. That's
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've
I
watched
feel the
every
same way about Halloween too. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way.
yeah. All the Scream films I've only watched them once and I've never wanted to really rewatch them.
Tony,
I've never had that desire.
Evolution, brother. Please tell me you got Scream in your top.
No, Scream was not in my top 25.
Oh, man.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Exorcist needs to be talked about because it is number one.
Yeah, I agree. Me and Tony are on the same page.
I mean, who could watch? Who could not vote for Exorcist? Being number one?
I've never seen it. I'm waiting for the 4K, so I apologize.
You gotta watch.
You gotta watch it. Gotta watch it.
It's a bubbling under title
pure
for me.
horror.
It'd probably make a top 50, but not a top 25.
I thought it'd be higher, but like I said, it's pretty far apart from 1, 2, and 3. So
yeah,
Ika has Pumpkinhead as her number 5.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead rips.
I know she loves her Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
Ice Cream Man.
let's go into 4 because someone here will be happy.
Don't even
I'm
agree.
shocked that isn't higher.
Wow, that's just pure trash.
That should be. That should. I don't know. That should be in like the 20 to 25.
What?
You should be happy with 4, Bob.
Yeah, I was thinking, Bob, you should be happy. 4 is.
No, that's not high enough.
I hear this community talk
No.
about Scream all the time. I was really expecting it to be 2 or 1.
It's so important to horror. It is an incredible horror film. It is.
I don't.
It's my number 1, but I'm not surprised it's not number 1 here.
We all know what number 1 is. Let's be real here.
Halloween?
I think that's
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Everybody
If it's not,
talks
I'll
about
be pleasantly
Halloween.
surprised, but
I
I'm
know.
fairly
Oh,
confident.
God. All right, I'll just.
Why don't we just dive right in? We'll make it through these really quick so we can react to the overall top 5. So let's do
I
3.
think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm shocked. I'm honestly shocked. I thought I had.
Mark, is
finger on
that
the
your
pulse
number
here,
1?
And I'm just not.
One spot lower than what I actually
That's
had
your
on
number
my
1.
That is ridiculous. That's my number 1. That is outrageous.
That's not even on my list.
Out right now.
What is going to be number 1? The Shining.
Yeah,
I have
shocked.
no idea what number 1 is now.
I thought that was it.
Watch
Easy.
it. Halloween ends. That's how it's gonna end.
Y'all really got The Shining. Halloween Ends is number 1. Yep.
It's gonna be the Thing.
It's
It's gotta be
Annabelle
Thing or
3.
Shining. I don't know what else it could
Army
be.
of Darkness.
So it's The Shining and the 3, number 1 and 2, I guess.
Well, let's hop to 2, and we'll just react overall. We'll make it through 2 and 1 really quick.
You said 1 and 2 are on an island of their own.
They are. They are over 100 points above Halloween.
Wow.
So let's head into them.
Wow.
I'm amazed.
Hell yeah.
I'm shocked it's that high. I had it 16 on my list.
I'm
So-
surprised, but pleasantly so. I'm very
Like I said, or like I showed in the thing, this actually has the most votes. The number one slightly beats Shining because it has more larger votes, but Shining is on more lists than any other movie.
Yep, it needs to be at top 5.
Deservedly so.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Great movie.
Tony, we'll be talking later about your top 25 and missing out on Scream.
I'm like 99% sure we all know number one at this point.
The Faculty.
I have no idea what number one
It's
is.
the thing. It's
Gotta
the
be a
thing.
It's the thing. Everybody talks about the thing.
It's got to be a thing.
Paranormal Activity 6.
Let's hop
If
let's hop
Paranormal-
into it.
I'm just happy to see Paranormal Activity didn't make the top 25.
It might be number one. Let's see right now.
I agree. That was number 2 on my list. Right underneath Texas.
All right. It's
Number
not on
3.
my list, but I just want to reiterate that I love the film. Like, we're talking about hundreds of horror films that I love that could have been on a list, but the thing is just not quite there for me.
Like I said, I'm really curious what everybody has as a top 25, especially
Me too. I really want to
especially you and Tony, just because Tony's barely anything made the list. So I'm really curious
Yeah.
what everybody has.
I've got some weird ones compared to this list, I guess. We'll see.
I'm the same. A lot of my list did not make it.
Yeah, I think I only got like 3.
Yeah, I don't think much of mine did. I don't even know my top
see.
25. The
Yeah,
Faculty and Scream were 1 and 2 for me.
Actually, 9 of mine made the list. So,
I got 6 if we count the undercard picks because
Tim, I sent you the list on Instagram.
Proper
And
list.
this is horseshit.
We talk a lot. It's up there.
There's like 40,000 messages, Tim.
We talk every day.
Yeah.
Only 9 of mine made the list of top 25.
Yeah,
I'll be
same,
searching
Tony.
for like weeks.
9 of mine.
I have 8.
There's so many good ones out there.
There's a lot of good films. Some of them I'm shocked weren't on that list. Honestly.
Is anyone else expecting Blair Witch Project to make the list?
No.
No, I didn't think it would.
We have
would-
Blair Witch fans in here.
What I was I think the one I was shocked the most about was The Ring or Saw.
I
thought I would
Saw would
have
be on there.
I thought because Saw really kind of gave horror a jump start. So I would have honestly thought yeah, it was so popular. I would have thought more people would have picked it.
Yeah, if I thought Saw was horror, it would have been top 5 easily. That's one of my favorite films of all time.
I think there's only like 2 of mine that made it. I had I don't know. It Follows was on my list.
Mine too, Bob.
The Fog.
Eden Lake was on my list.
I love Eden Lake.
Should we just go around and do our list then?
Yeah, I would do that.
That sounds fun.
Real
Yeah, that's
fast,
fine.
just run them down.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Bob, you want to start if you wanted to go through
Oh,
what
dear
was on
God,
your list?
y'all gonna hate me after this, but keep in mind I haven't seen The Exorcist in like 20 years, so it's not on my list because I don't remember it. I was a kid.
Look, I don't think we should be doing any hating here. Like, these lists are personal to us. These are films that
Yeah,
mean
we
the
all
most to
like
us,
films.
okay?
Yeah, for different reasons.
Yeah, it's all for
and
fun
keep in mind,
anyway.
When I shot this list out, I was at last second like just doing it while I was working. Okay, Death Sentence is my number 1. It's one of my favorite films of all time.
I love that film.
It could be considered horror. Number 2 is Scream. 3 Faculty. 4 Jeepers Creepers. 5 Halloween H2O. 6 A Quiet Place. 7 28 Weeks Later. Next would be The Collection. Upgrade. Overlord. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer because it's nostalgia. Monster Party. Love that one. Dawn of the Dead remake. Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I love The Last House on the Left remake. Scream 4, Christine, Eden Lake, It Follows, Frozen, not the Disney one.
Good movie.
Class of 1984, Zombieland, The Purge, Anarchy, The Descent, and The Bone Collector.
Nice.
But
I like that. It's interesting.
when
I've
I
not
heard
heard of
that,
a few of those.
then I forgot to add the thing because that would be on there. I mean, just something you forget to add.
Don't worry, lots of people add it. Like I said, it and Shining were in their own zip code.
Yeah, the thing didn't need any more votes. It was doing fine.
Ryan is coming for you, Bob.
All
What
right.
you have been?
That's okay.
Yeah,
More
go ahead,
people
Ben.
have come from me. That's
I'll
fine.
start with number 1. I had The Birds. I had the original Halloween. The Thing at 3. The Blob at 4. I literally had Red Eye was my choice at 5. I just love that movie. The Fog at 6. Psycho at 7. Scream at 8. Halloween 3 at 9. 28 Days Later at 10. Identity at 11. Last Man on Earth at 12. Saw at 13. I had the original Fright Night. Then I had Pit in the Pendulum, 30 Days of Night. I had both of the Grindhouse movies, so Planet Terror and
Death Proof.
Death Proof. Yeah, I had those right back to back because I saw them both together. I have the Blu-ray Steelbook that has them both together, so I kind of include them as one. So that's why I put them both side to side. I Saw What You Did, I Know Who You Are from the 60s. Christine, Demon Knight, 1408, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Mask of the
Hell
Red
yeah.
Death. And
Hell
Tim,
yeah.
And Tim, here's
Yes.
one that actually made my list because of a choice you made and encouraged me to buy it on my vacation when I was with my wife, Innkeepers.
Yes. Yes.
That was like borderline for me, but then I went through the list again. I'm like, you know what? That would have to be in the 25 list.
Tim, all right, who put out Innkeepers? I'm gonna blind buy it because I hear you talk about it all the time.
I bought a copy
it's a
on
Ty West
eBay.
movie. It's like you can buy the Blu-ray for like $5.
All right.
I bought mine for 6 at FYE.
Before you watch it, drink a couple of Red Bulls.
Oh God!
There's a reason why it's $5.
Just
Oh damn!
slap yourself. Whatever you got to do to stay awake.
Caffeine pills on standby.
Oh, Dell, you hated
Yeah.
Innkeepers?
Can't stand it.
I don't mind it, but it's a slow burn.
I remember being in a chat and I saw you in the chat talking hella shit about it.
Yeah,
wanna
so
call
I'm
up for,
gonna disagree with Joe on one thing. It's slow, but it doesn't burn. It's just slow.
No. For Derek, by the way, he says no Night of the Creeps. I
Slow,
voted
but it
Night of the
doesn't
Creeps,
burn.
and like 2 other people did.
I just watched Night of the Creeps last night. It's such a blast. I love
It's so fun.
Jill Whitlow or Jill Whitlow, however you pronounce her last name. I'm in love with her.
I like the movie. There's more movies I like above it.
Yeah.
Child's
Yeah, I
Play
agree.
did not do well at all.
No.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
Not surprised.
Chucky
probably all
said
that-
it. Maggie's a real bitch, and she got what she deserved.
It's probably all that grease in the cases that caused it not to be on the list.
It
Yeah.
causes our fingers to slip on the keyboard, just trying to type it. All that off
Okay,
gassing.
who wants to go next and just read
David,
yours
no
off?
foreign made it.
Yeah, I'll go. Number 1, original Halloween. Number 2, Halloween H2O. 3, Freddy vs. Jason. 4, Halloween 2018. 5, Friday the 13th, the remake. Then It Chapter 2, It 2017, The Cabin in the Woods, They Live, Christine, Scream, Friday the 13th, Part 2, Gremlins, The Fly, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead Remake, Malignant, Jaws, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, The Lost Boys, The Invisible Man, Krampus, Candyman, Psycho.
Nice. I saw a few comments about Death Sentence. If you haven't seen Death Sentence,
With Kevin
go-
Bacon, it's so good.
Go see it. Seriously, Joe, you could vouch for me. on
I-
that.
Now that you mentioned it,
I-
I'm surprised Lost Boys didn't make it.
Yeah, Lost Boys.
That was on my list. Another movie I saw in theaters.
And I think Lost Boys ages well. Everybody talks about
It's
that.
a good
ages
film.
well.
Lost
I just
Boys
saw it for
was-
the first time.
Lost Boys was 33rd, by the way, so it barely missed.
Real
the-
close. Real
And
close.
how about It Follows? A lot of people
It
are asking
Follows
about.
didn't do as well as I thought it would do. I don't remember the number offhand, but it got a lot of votes, but like 4s and 5s and stuff like that. it didn't get very much in the way of substantial votes.
Kel said Chucky's better than Leatherface. That's a hot
No
take.
way.
Whack.
Now he's throwing shade at me.
Mark, you want to read yours off?
Yeah, I'll read off mine real quick. So from worst to best, this is Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, It Follows, The Funhouse, The Hills Have Eyes, the original, Evil Dead 2013, Bone Tomahawk, Suspiria, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Inferno from Dario Argento, Phenomena from Dario Argento, Silent Hill, Shadow of the Vampire, which is a really good movie that needs a Blu-ray.
That's a really good one.
Black Christmas, Night Tide, which is a movie from 1961 starring Dennis Hopper, Night of the Living Dead, the original, Blair Witch Project, Carnival of Souls, The House on Sorority Row, Christine, The Thing, Fright Night, the original, The Shining, Nightmare Part 2, Hereditary, and Halloween.
Yo, mad
Shout out to
respect for
Carnival of
Bone
Souls.
Tomahawk on that list. I love Bone Tomahawk.
That's a great movie.
Fucking rules, dude.
Just pick
And
that
everybody
up.
talks about Terrifier doing that whole cutting in half scene, but they missed out on Bone Tomahawk, and they did it better.
Yes, they did.
Just picked that up at my place of employment today. They have a dump bin up front, and so I'm like, "What's in here?" I'm like, "Oh, Bone Tomahawk. Let me just."
S.
Really-
Craig Fowler is probably one of my favorite directors right now. He is just killing it.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen Brawl in Cell Block 99, but
I love that film.
Oh, it's good.
So good.
I've seen Dragged Across Concrete and Bone Tomahawk. So
You
that's-
like Dragged Across Concrete?
yeah, I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, but it was fucking awesome.
It's
If-
crazy.
if
because
you like that, then
2.5
you'll really-
hours of
Yeah.
it like dragging, but I was not bored. It's
no,
not
Yeah.
fast,
and
though.
it's long, but it's super. I mean, it's violent as fuck. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably watch it again, but probably not for a while because you're good after a little while the first time because you're like, whoa, this is pretty fucked up.
Joe, you want to go with yours?
Yeah, I'll go from best to worst. My number one was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, then The Thing, Hellraiser, Jaws, Friday the 13th, Halloween 3, The Omen 2, Saw, Alice Sweet Alice, The Ring, It 1990, Devil's Rejects, Lost Boys, The Exorcist, Hereditary, The Shining, I Saw the Devil, Fright Night, The Fly 1986, Amityville Horror, Martyrs, Train to Busan, Nightmare on Elm Street, Deep Red, and Inside.
Where was
Good list.
what was
Inside
it?
is a crazy film.
There was
I
one-
love that film.
Hard watch.
Did
Also,
anyone-
shout out to The Omen 2. That's a very strange pick, and I really liked it. Honestly,
I-
I thought it was like kind of underrated.
Where was The Fly at from 1986?
19. And I was shocked it was on the. I was not
did
on
it
the
get
list.
Any love, Tim? Did that one
No,
get
it,
any
it
love?
did. It did okay. I closed that computer. It was somewhere in the low 30s.
I love The Devil's Rejects. It's that ending is one of the best endings. They should have
Devil's
just left it
Rejects
there.
did not do well. It didn't.
No,
I love that movie.
I love the ending.
It didn't do
I'm
well.
glad you included I Saw the Devil. That's a fantastic movie.
I'm a big. I Saw the Devil and The Wailing are two great Asian films that not a lot of people talk about, and I really enjoy both of
I
them.
was just telling a friend today, I have to see these sequels because I never seen like the Omen sequels, Return of the Living Dead 2, 3, 4, 5. I've never seen Night of the Demons 2 and 3. So Poltergeist 2 and 3. I haven't seen all these like sequels. To these
I'm in the
guys.
same boat as you, Bob.
Yeah,
I've-
I've seen the originals.
Yeah, usually when I watch an original and I really like it, I try to watch all the sequels, right after. It's like even with like the Silent Nights with that box that's coming out from Vestron.
Yeah,
I've watched 3, 4, and 5 because they've only ever had VHS rentals. Releases. They've never had
DVD,
anything else.
yeah.
They never had DVD releases.
I'm looking
And
forward to that release, especially.
yeah,
around
so am I. I pre-ordered that first day.
Well, let's
But-
have Celeste read the list, and we'll go to Dell, then Tony, see what everyone has.
All right, I'm going to go from 25 to 1, and I'm going to call out the years that they came out, so we're very clear on which versions I'm talking about. At number 25, we have The Lighthouse from 2019. At number 24, we have Hereditary from 2018. At 23, we have Godzilla vs. Destoroyah from 1995. At 22, we have The Haunting from 1963. At 21, we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. At number 20, we have Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me in 1992. At 19, we have Haxan from 1922, probably my favorite silent film of all time. Number 18, we have Black Christmas from 1974. At 17, we have Alien from 1979. At 16, we have Carrie from 1976. At 15, we have The Wolf House from 2018. I want to take a second to shout that out. It's an Argentinian animated horror film, and it's one of the most harrowing pieces of film I've ever seen in my life. At number 15, we have Witchfinder General from 1968. I actually have the Argentinian one sheet of that on my wall here. At number 13, we have Solo, or the 120 Days of Sodom from 1975. No, that's not a meme. It's one of my favorite films ever made. At number 12, we have Lake Mungo from 2008, the scariest film I've ever seen. At number 11, we have Suspiria from 1977. At 10, we have Dracula from 1931, starring the GOAT, Bela Lugosi. At number 9, we have The Evil Dead from 1981. At number 8, we have Eyes Without a Face from 1960. At number 7, we have The Shining from 1980. At number 6, we have Rosemary's Baby from 1968. At number 5, we have the original Gojira, or Godzilla, from 1954. At number 4, we have Possession from 1981. At number 3, we have The Witch from 2015. And number 2, we have The Night of the Hunter, shout out Tim, from 1955. Yes. And at number 1, we have, in my opinion, the best film ever made, The Wicker Man from 1973. Well, a bit sad it has not gotten one shout out so far, but I'll be the one to do it.
What is Lake Mungo about? Because I know Second Sight put that out, and I need to.
Yeah, it is my white whale to find the limited edition of that because I slept on it and it sold out. But it is a found footage film about a missing girl. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah.
Well, he's got it. Tim's
got it. I've been wanting to see that for a while now.
I want it so fucking bad.
I was gonna say I have the DVD. I think it's the After Dark Horror Fest one from it.
Well, I thought my list, or comparing my list is like super generic compared to Celeste. But anyways, Dell, you want to read yours?
I will first I say to Celeste though, Dracula and Eyes Without a Face, two great picks, and you'll like my 20, and you'll like my 20 one of mine. I'm gonna go 25-1 also. 25 Bride of Frankenstein, 24 the original Wicker Man, 23 Happy Birthday to Me, 22 The Cabin in the Woods, 21 Carrie, 20 The Thing, the original, 19 the original Candyman, 18 Misery, 17 the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 16 Hereditary, 15 Us, 14 Let the Right One In, 13 A Tale of Two Sisters, 12
Hell yeah.
That's a good movie.
It's so fucking scary.
That's good. 12 The Skin I Live In, 11 Jaws, 10 American Werewolf in London, 9 Thirst, 8 Scream 2, 7 Train to Busan, 6 Videodrome, 5 Get Out, 4 Friday the 13th, 3 A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one, 2 The Exorcist, and 1 Scream.
Dell, that's a banger ass list. Straight
up. That is a great list.
Everybody's had really great lists so far. Very diverse. I love it.
I know Ken or Kel said no Misery love.
Misery did okay.
Go watch A Tale of Two Sisters. Holy shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Go watch that.
We only talked about 31 movies though, as shown. Cal, get people to vote and vote for your stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Some of this stuff's just ultimately gonna not make the cut.
Yeah, there's 25 movies, and there's how many horror movies out there? And
there's
how
so many good horror movies.
Classics.
Yeah.
And once again, I think Celeste said it. You all said it. It's personal to us. So, attacking somebody for their list, it's personal to us. So, like, I
think attacking someone's list is a touch tacky, but that's.
I love Red Eye, Ben. Like, that's such a good one.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought everybody's lists are great. Pretty much everybody that the movies that they picked are ones that I love to watch, except for The Witch. But
yeah, and I don't like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It doesn't mean I don't respect other people's opinions. Like I totally do. Like I think it's awesome that people out there have a fan base for it. It's not for me, but different strokes, different folks. So
yeah,
let's hear Tony's.
Okay, starting with number 25. Paranormal Activity, The Sadness, Haunt, Lights Out, Hush, Let Me In, Poltergeist, The Invisible Man from 2020.
That's a good
It
one.
Follows, The Witch, The Visit, Midsommar, Hereditary, A Quiet Place, Friday the 13th, Sinister, The Conjuring, Insidious, Silence of the Lambs, The Strangers, and then number 5, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Amityville Horror, Halloween, The Shining, and The Exorcist.
Love the list.
So
Great list.
I like that list. It's a lot of. There's a
20.
lot of. You have a lot of modern stuff, and then once you hit the top 5, it's like all the bangers. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I've been watching a horror movie every day for the past 30 days.
So
But
I had let the right one in my list, and Tony had let me in. And I'm gonna be honest, I could have swapped them out because they're both
Same
fantastic
here,
movies.
same
Tony,
here.
what were a few of your like 20s there for a second? Or run through them really fast because you had good ones on there. And like
Hush,
Hush is good. Hush is
Yes.
really good.
Hush is good.
Yeah.
Hush is
Lights Out,
Yeah, that's you said. Oh, Haunt. You said Haunt.
Haunt.
Haunt is good.
I like
love
it.
Haunt.
Yeah, I like, I watch all my movies. Any horror movie, my lights are off. It's got to be dark. I like the atmosphere.
I don't watch movies with the lights on ever.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm the
like
same
It's
way.
against my nature.
But The Sadness, if you haven't seen The Sadness, to me it was great. I love blood and gore.
I'm the same way. I have so much torture porn in my collection, but The Sadness I wasn't a fan of.
Man,
Tony, you're like the meekest, kindest person, and to hear you be like, "Oh, I love blood and gore,"
I love blood and
just
gore.
really got me.
Yeah,
true.
well, do you remember when Ken said you're the biggest pervert he knows?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I wouldn't call that a pervert.
No, that was a totally different stream though.
So I will. I'll read mine off, and then we'll make the run through. Everyone can, give their sound off. Say whatever you want to say. This has been a blast, though. My list is going to come across super generic, I think. But Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, Christine, Night of the Hunter, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Thing, Scream, Jaws, Return of the Living Dead, which did not get much love at all. I was shocked. Season of the Witch, Innkeepers, Tremors also didn't get much love. Halloween, Blob 58, Deep Rising, Demon Knight, New Nightmare did not get much love. Night of the Creeps, Exorcist, Reanimator, Psycho, Wait Until Dark, Cabin in the Woods, and They Live.
Wait Until Dark is phenomenal.
How did Reanimator do, Tim?
Not as well as I would have thought. It got like 5 votes, maybe, and
okay.
wasn't that high. So, yeah, that is
Return of the Living Dead. I just watched that for the first time, and it's fun. But I've been hearing. I'm shocked. You're right because between you, Derek, I know a couple other people like my buddy Adam Vinicio. It's one of their favorite horror films of all time.
Yeah, and dang right, Jim. Deep Rising. Deep Rising is so underloved. That movie.
Yo,
is so
Deep
good.
Rising is such a fun movie.
It is a very good movie.
I love Deep Rising.
And Demon Knight. I love Demon Knight.
Yeah.
Now, Tim, would that be in your top 5 of 80 to 99, Deep Rising, or not quite in the top 5?
Well, no, because 3 of them would be Army of Darkness, Evil Dead, and Evil Dead 2. So I only have 2 spots to play with.
Yeah.
And yes, to Jim also again, Treat Williams is awesome. I like him in like everything.
It's so fun, and that it's
He's
bloody.
such a treat.
It's so good.
So yeah, this went longer than I thought, but it's been so much fun.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
had a blast.
a lot of banter, a lot of talk. This I just got to say, Tim, a little bit of attacking here and there, but you put together an incredible idea here. This was
did.
Super original, in my opinion. I know you got it inspired off of Blu-ray.com, but like, huge shout out to you. I think it's one of the best ideas on YouTube, and you just put together something incredible. And you got 9 people to all get in the stream together. So yeah, I can't say enough good things, Tim. This was incredible.
And I was gonna say I thought you did great with those videos.
Oh my god,
presentation
Yeah.
And I know you were nervous a little bit, like you got a lot to do. dude, it just was perfection, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you killed it.
Incredible
so
host too. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, if people are up for it, like I said, I think do a Christmas one.
Count me in for that because
same here.
I was gonna say I'm down for it.
We're all down for a Christmas
Absolutely.
one.
I probably have one of the biggest Christmas collections.
And look at that, we get dibs first because we're in here.
I might have one of those.
I'll wear my Christmas tuxedo T-shirt.
I'll be busting out the Santa hat for that one.
Yeah.
I got a red quarter zip for.
All right,
for
so
Christmas.
Bob, if you wanted to promote yourself with your signing out, if you wanted to go.
Bob's Blurays on YouTube. I'm always on Instagram. I talk to Tim every day, and a lot of other people. I do a lot of live streams, and like I said earlier, you can find me on OnlyFans as well.
Highly recommend.
Go ahead, Ben.
Hold on.
You ruined Ben right there.
This is the only fan I need.
Oh my God.
Very good. Very good.
But anyways, I was probably the wild card in this entire picture. I'm the BinBuster. Horror is not my strong suit when it comes to movies like this. It's not a go-to genre for me. So when I reached out to Tim, I'm like, I want to be a part of this stream because I know I would bring something different in like tastes and what my views of horror were compared to others in a list like this. Because ask like Cal, I talk with Cal a lot. He'll tell you my taste in horror is like stuff like I mentioned here, like older stuff, like stuff Celeste said, like Dracula, Frankenstein, stuff like that. That's my type of horror, and it's like just to share some of that with everyone else out there. It's like it was awesome, Tim. Thanks. But I'm BinBuster. You can find me on Instagram under that handle. Right here on YouTube, I have a awesome what I'm excited for video coming out probably tomorrow or Monday. I get to talk about one of my favorite musicians and what I'm excited for because his biopic's coming out on November 4th. So free if you all want to watch it too.
All right.
It's a Weird Al biopic.
Weird Al one. Okay,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right,
Tim, I'm
Myers,
really
man.
shocked nobody commented on the beard being missing.
I took it.
He looks 20 years younger.
I'll let it grow back soon. All right, Myers, man, your turn.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say thank you again, Tim, because this was an amazing live stream. Like, literally, I can see all the hours you put into it with the graphics, the video clips. Like, it was super cool and really fun. So, really awesome live stream. So, Megamikethemovieman here. You can definitely follow me on YouTube and Instagram. I have a couple live stream shows tomorrow. Now, they won't have as much graphics, so I do apologize, but I'm going to try to maybe come up with a couple things there. But they're going to be really fun. It's going to be a post-game show for Black Adam, spoiler-free. That's going to be at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so you definitely want to join in on that. And then right after that, we're going to have a Criterion Sale pre-game show for November. Tim's going to be on that. Bob's going to be on that. And a whole bunch of other panel blue tubers. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's right after that stream. So that'll be 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you love live streams, definitely stop by the channel, subscribe, turn on those notification bells, and we'll just have a great time out there. But Tim, thanks again. Once again, super fun, like Saturday night. I think we all had a blast here. So make sure you subscribe to everybody else's channels as well, because everybody brings different things to the community. Everybody has different tastes, different personalities, but everybody's channel is awesome. So I just like to thank you all out there for being part of the community. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, 3 hours flies by, man.
Yes, it did. It really did. All right, so next up, before Mark starts talking, he's going to mention it also, but his first YouTube video is up. I'm going to be putting the link in pretty much like right after this is done. I'm going to edit the comment, or not comments, the description, and add it in. But go ahead, take it away. You can.
Yeah, it actually finished uploading while we were in the middle of this, which was, I would have liked to have had it done before, but work and stuff got in the way. But yeah, just want to say what everyone else has been saying. Tim, incredible presentation. Like we all said, I can see the work that you put into it, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So it's definitely awesome. I thank you so much for having me. It's been great. I love being a part of these. The Buffy stream we did was awesome. Always down to do more of these. And yeah, I'm dipping my toe into the YouTube game. And if you want to check it out, it's a video essay on Sleepwalkers from 1992, the Stephen King movie. So check it out. Yeah, it's interesting. So
I will go subscribe for sure.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Joe, you're the only one I'm not sub to, so I'll make sure to sub.
Yeah, I'll be making sure to make the rounds, and some of you I'm sub to, some I'm not, so I'm going to make sure I do that.
Celeste, I'm sub to you, and then obviously everybody else.
All right, Joe, go ahead.
I'm Joe Martinez from the Martinez Joe 74 channel. As I always say, don't worry about me. Support everybody else. That's what I care about. I'm all about giving back to everybody else. I'm good. But, I really had a great time tonight. It was a blast. I've been trying to get on one of Tim's live streams for a long time. He finally opened the door for me. So I had to sneak in, but I had a great time. It was a blast doing it. And I'm just, glad to be on it. But like I said, subscribe to everybody. I'm going to subscribe to you and check out your first video. I've pretty much subscribed to everybody else. So
thank you.
Thanks
You'll be
yeah.
on the Christmas one. So
Yeah, Tim,
All
I
right.
think there's been a lot of requests for the Buffy 2 episode there. Buffy episode part 2.
Yeah,
we got to make that
Say the
happen.
word, Tim. I'm there, man.
Yeah. All right, Celeste.
Ho, ho, ho.
I mean, I guess so, but you don't have to say it like that. Anyway. Shout out to Tim. Tim kicks ass. Tim rules. We all love Tim. If you're not subscribed to Tim and you've made it this far, that would be very strange, but you should rectify that at once.
Follow him on Instagram, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Celeste de la Cabra. I'm here on YouTube and Instagram. I'm trying to grow the channel. I see I'm about 3 away from hitting 350. So, to give it the hard sell, I don't know if you all saw this, but there was actually a pretty in-depth scientific study that came out that said that every single person who watches my videos is actually really cool and really hot and sexy. So I don't know what's going on with that, but, there's some kind of correlation there. So, yeah, I put up video essays doing in-depth analyses of films that I watch and think I have something interesting to say about. Do a lot of Blu-ray update haul type videos. I just put up a Shocktober sale haul video. And yeah, I also want to reiterate that everybody here is lovely and amazing, and you should go subscribe to them as well.
All right. Thank you. Dell, go ahead.
All right, well, I guess I'm cool, hot, and sexy because I just subbed to Celeste a couple weeks ago.
Well, that's like I said. That just proves the point.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I do want to say thanks again to Tim for having me on and all the hard work he put into this. I did something similar on a website, and I didn't have to put in videos, and it was a nightmare to put together. So with him doing the clips and all that, it's amazing. Good job. And I'm definitely looking forward to him actually welcoming me back for Christmas. I'm crossing my fingers on that one. But yeah, go sub to all these guys. I'm sub to everybody here except for Mark, and I'm going to do that right after we get off of here. And definitely check out your first video.
Thank you.
If you feel it in your heart after that, you want to throw me a sub too, that would be great. I'm working.
You're all getting subs.
Working on my first 100. Like I said, Monday I will have a Halloween franchise ranking coming out. So that's my big thing. And if you want to see my thoughts on the actual movies on my list, I did a video for my list also. So check that out.
I want to do a shout out for Dell, man, because he is watching everybody's videos, comments all the time, supporting everybody in the and there's so many different supporters, but I just wanted to highlight Dell in particular because he deserves way more subscribers because you put out incredible content. I'm watching, even if I don't comment, I'm watching every one of your videos, man. Love your content, and I love how much you support. So, dude, you're like a brother. Seriously, love.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
All right, Tony, take it away.
So
And you're off.
thanks, Tim, for letting me be a part of this. It was a lot of fun. I do love horror movies. I know I didn't speak too much during tonight's stream, but I appreciate being a part of this. I have been doing 31 days of horror videos, a video every single day, so check those out if you haven't seen it. Tomorrow's video will be my complete Scream Factory collection, over 400 titles being shown in under 12 minutes. So it's quick videos. But, yeah, thanks a lot for letting me be here.
I will say this for Tony. He's the easiest person to watch because his videos go so fast.
Yeah, you're straight to the point, man. You're like,
he's a master at that. I ramble way too much to videos.
Teach us your ways.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I first saw Tony, it was like it came on the recommended feed, and it was back when his whole room was pops, and I'm like, what the hell is this guy collecting?
Funny story about Tony. I've been like, I make lists for like all these labels and different things, and I'll be searching Google for some of the missing titles, and Tony's videos pop up from like 5 years ago, and I'm like, oh, I'll click this. Maybe he's got what I'm missing.
Yeah,
I've been on YouTube for 10 years.
Yeah.
Some of my old stuff comes up still.
Yep.
That's
some stuff from 6 years ago. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
the certified Tony classics.
Yeah, I started watching Tony when all he showed was pops, and then after that it was Disney.
I heard you changed your name, and I saw one of your videos. A couple of your supporters were like, "I don't like the name change. I got to get used to it."
Yeah, that's back when he was Toy Collector.
Yeah, when he used to be Toy Collector. That's when I first found him.
Yeah, I've been following Tony for quite a while.
Everybody loves Tony, and honestly, Tony, we all say nicest guy in the community because it's true.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I love everybody else too.
And don't worry about what you said on the stream too. When you talk, it matters. So it doesn't matter if you didn't say too much.
Man, a few words, but
Tony speaks with gravitas.
You better listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, that wraps it up. Just about 3 hours, which is longer than I thought, but this is a freaking blast. So thank you everyone that watched. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you sub to everybody here, and yeah, see you next time.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.